How's it going, everyone? Welcome to, what day? Day 4 of E3.
Or day 1.
Or day 1 of the actual show.
Yeah.
Day 4 of everything that's been going on. I'm Michael Damiani, and we are Easy Allies. I am joined today by a group of awesome people here. To my left is Ben Moore.
Hi.
To his left, Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
To his left, this guy,
Whee!
Kyle Bossman.
Best intro.
Not Donkey Kong. And Brandon Jones. Ooh, wow.
That's where my head's at.
Do we want to play a game of who got the most sleep?
Probably me.
Yeah?
I got home at around 10.
Yeah?
I just laid down and I fell asleep. And
I barely left here by
I woke
10.
up and it was 3:30. And I was like, oh, hey, we got another day of E3.
4 hours, baby.
4 hours.
Yeah, wow, that's even less than me. I did a little bit over 4.
That's right.
Who are those people over by the computer?
Oh, yeah, we have
I
Mr.
actually
Ian?
don't even know where the camera is. There it is.
Hi, Ian. Yeah, it's right
There's a lot of
there.
stuff
And
in here.
We got a special guest as well. Matt Blair.
I didn't even know that you guys
Yeah.
had a camera over here. Hi, everybody. I was just planning on staying here and not being noticed, actually.
Too late, you're on camera.
Matt Blair, for those of you who don't know, Matt Blair was actually a part of the Game Trailers crew. So
For many years.
Many years.
yes.
OG crew. Special guest joining us.
Somebody had to bring
over
you your
all
Master
of his
Sword,
job
which you
as
can't
well.
see, actually.
Oh, yeah. Poor Bloodworth. But we are here today to talk about Nintendo. And their Nintendo, it's called the Nintendo Spotlight E3 2017. I apologize, I call it Nintendo Showcase because they keep changing the name of this thing every year. It used to be called Nintendo Direct, Nintendo E3 event, and it just can't settle on a name. But
Spotlight.
we got a bunch of stuff to get through in this hour before the show starts. And first, let's start with the fact that this is Switch's first official E3. It's not. It's been called.
Weird.
It's called NX before. They kept saying, "Hey, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it." First time that's going to be at the show. And just to recap, revealed last year, as everyone know, had a pretty good reveal. Had the January event. We learned the price and everything. Had the Super Bowl ad. Big thing for Nintendo having the Super Bowl ad. And came out in March. Sold out. Zelda was a launch title. Sold amazing. Next month had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Fastest selling Nintendo console ever.
Boom.
Which only means that they just made more than they made of the Wii.
They put
but
more
yeah.
stock they put more stock on was it My Nintendo for Japan? Sold out in 18 minutes for the entire country. So it's sold out again recently. You can't keep this thing in stock. So good luck finding it. It keeps coming back in stock, keeps selling out. And it's we got ARMS coming out this week.
Friday.
And Splatoon 2 next month. So a lot of good momentum for the system. Selling well.
Rabbids in August.
Rabbids in August. We'll get to Rabbids.
Okay, all right.
Good stuff so far. But I think this E3 is where a lot of us will be looking to see if Nintendo can keep that momentum going. They definitely seem to have learned from some of their mistakes with the Wii U, and Switch is doing a good job. But let's start with the actual spotlight, what this is going to be. It's a presentation that's going to be only 25 minutes long, which makes it's the shortest E3-related conference or direct video in their history.
In anyone's history, I think.
Probably anyone's history. There will be Treehouse Live and everything like that. But my question to you all is, with it only being 25 minutes long, does that short length worry any of you? And keep in mind, Reggie did say recently that it's going to be very fast-paced with new game announcements and trailers. So probably none of those developer stories. No, a lot of talking. Just game.
I liked the developer stories, especially the way Splatoon was introduced. I remember just the way that we saw the developers and how excited they were to work on a game before the actual game announcement. Or maybe it was after, but tied with the game announcement. And those were really nice. I don't mind that this is going to be 25 minutes of nonstop fire. This is going to be incredible.
All right.
We're going to tell our grandkids about this 25 minutes.
If you say so, Kyle.
Well, one thing that they don't have to do is talk about the Switch at all. There's not going to be any
Right.
selling of the console or just kind of
Don't need to
reminder.
do that.
Like
Yeah,
even
but-
Layden at Sony, was like, hey, PSVR, PS4 Pro. There's a little bit of hardware love there. And I think we're just going to get right into it because you either own it or you don't. There's no reason to sell something people can't buy.
Exactly. It's gonna be games, all games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just worried that like one of the recent directs, where they kind of had the thing that scrolled up through the announcements, that felt like a little too fast paced to me. And it's like, oh, we're already on to the next thing. So it's like you don't even get that moment to fade to black and to process what you just saw.
I do wonder if they'll do that again. The weird timeline that shows you the chunks of what you're about to see next and what's coming
I
up.
suspect probably not. Not
Because it'll be all question marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
mostly.
silhouettes,
Mostly.
if they fill in as you go
They have
along.
also said that they're going to focus on games that are coming this year, and I'm curious what the definition of this year is, whether it's 2017 or if it's between now and next E3.
I mean, yeah, that's a good question. They have said stuff like that in the past about their E3s, and there always ends up being at least 2 games that are not the current year that they talk about. So I wouldn't take that too much, to heart that it's going to be strictly this year only.
You were talking about how they were learning from their mistakes of the Wii U. If this new style feels like we're in a new era of Nintendo, I think that could be really cool. If it's just like, hey, listen, this is the Switch now. That's the message that I want them to get across, and I hope they get across. But I have to wonder, how is that 30 minutes, that 25 minutes going to be used? Is it going to be bam, 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 bam like that? Or is it going to be, we're going to spend 15 minutes on one thing and then a bunch of short trailers? I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna have anything that's going to require them to go into depth like explanation.
Right.
I think Treehouse,
That's not
the
true.
Treehouse stuff after it is going to be for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't mean to say there's nothing that won't warrant that.
Sure.
I'm saying they're going to save that for Treehouse.
Okay.
It seems like they made it pretty clear that this is just going to be trailers, announcements. You got questions about it? Watch that Treehouse right after. We're going to go in depth about everything there, which is probably where they're working the developer story stuff from the past that you like so
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
Kyle. It's probably going to end up, and they're just going to probably bring the devs on and be like, all right, talk about this. Oh, I went to, like Miyamoto, I went to that shrine that inspired me for Star Fox,
Yeah.
which is cool, but like that took up 6 minutes of that direct that year for E3. It was like, this didn't really need to be in the show. So games, lots of games. Start with the one game we 100% know is going to be there. Their big spotlight, Super Mario Odyssey. Saw a trailer for it back at the January event. They've mentioned, and it even looks from the footage, that it's going to be more open style environments, throwback to the Super Mario 64 Sunshine style of 3D Mario. Crazy new looking worlds, new Donk City, realistic people alongside Mario, as long as the other few worlds they showed off. Mario's hat, getting a little new design with those eyes, new abilities with it, tossing it out. What is your excitement level for this going into E3 and finally getting to get hands-on with it?
So I gotta wonder if New Donk City was shown first because that's the weirdest. Like, it's the strangest to see, like, him coming out, the sewers and, like, running around with the real people. Like, that was the most shocking. And that, like, instant, register right away that, like, this was going to be unusual from the Mario games we've gotten over the last couple of years. I wonder if that was it, or I wonder if New Donk City is actually, like, important to that game. Like, is that just, like, another world, or is that maybe, like, the first world that you go to? Or is that a world you're constantly going to be returning to? Like, are we going to see New Donk City at all today? Or are they just going to be like, no, let's just we'll throw you in a bunch of new crazy worlds?
I got you.
Am I getting a haunted house today? So basically what I'm asking.
I think I'm looking at Haunted House. I have a weird theory. There's going to be some sunshine stuff, but I think the lock is more hats. I think we're going to see more hats and the abilities they give us.
All right, new powers.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean specifically with Sunshine stuff?
I think there's going to be a sunshine world.
Oh,
we're bouncing
based
around
on
the universe.
Sunshine.
We're going to go in this cool sunshine world instead of doing a whole remaster.
Sorry, do you think it's going to be like a remake of it, like Galaxy did Throwback Galaxy? Which
Yeah, exactly.
Was
Yeah,
Bomb's
that'll be the
Fortress?
throwback Galaxy of
Okay.
this game. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant Sunshine like elements in there. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
yeah.
And we're in a
Ben
boat
caught
too,
that,
right?
yeah.
No, it's like it's a spaceship that looks like a top hat, but it does have a sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just dock that right at
Yeah, there's some
Delfino.
people, because I thought
Run around.
New Donk City was going to be a hub world. People are
Yeah.
saying, like, no, it's just one of the worlds.
Yeah, exactly,
But I
yeah.
don't know.
It's a very marketable world. You guys have seen the pictures of the stage going up, right? They've been all over Twitter and stuff. You guys will be spending time in New Donk City for sure.
Ooh, they're setting up a stage.
Well,
I
you
would
remember,
love to
you remember
spend
how
more time in
Breath
New
of the
Donk
Wild
City.
was last year, where like
Yeah.
they built the environment around you. You're going to be walking
New
through
Donk-
the streets
okay. There
of
you
New
go.
Donk City. If you haven't seen it already, there's tons of pictures out there.
I'm so excited. We're going there today, by the way. We're going
going
to
to
see
Disney,
Nintendo.
which is
why we all look like
We're going to
schlubs.
Disneyland.
We're
Yeah.
going to Super Nintendo World today. I'm just kidding. What about you, Blood?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've said in the past that I still kind of want to see is I don't feel like we've ever seen like a fully realized actual Mushroom Kingdom in 3D. We've gotten little hints of it here and there in like 3D World or whatever, but like actual like a Mario 64 or Sunshine style game to have stuff that looks like Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers 3 in it. I think it could be really cool just to have giant mushrooms all over the place and stuff. So definitely would like to see that. And yeah, I would like a little bit of context for why the hat has eyes. Yeah, that would be good.
It'll come, man.
What's the story reason for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
How about you, Ben?
I want to know if we'll see a conversation between Mario and the hat today, or any sort of conversation with the
Yes.
hat.
Blink twice if yes.
Well, Mario doesn't talk, so Mario will make the weird grunts and stuff.
Yeah.
Hat will talk back to Mario.
I
like,
think
literally.
I think even though it doesn't have a mouth, it could have a disembodied voice.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. When
Yeah.
you go to a new world, it's like,
Right.
this is New Donk City.
No, but I want it to be like, "Hey Mario,
like a deep.
That's
Right.
a good take, man. Yeah, I
I'm
like
from
that.
New Donk."
Although it'd probably more like.
Oh god, yeah.
Also, I really want Donkey Kong to be in New Donk City.
Oh yeah.
I want him
yeah,
to be, yeah.
Donkey Kong revealing itself today.
I want Donkey Kong to be in every world.
He's just following you around. He's
following
the
you around.
secret character in each one.
But he's
Yeah.
not involved with what you're doing.
He's on his own banana
He's doing
quest.
his own thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like on
yes,
his own
yes,
quest.
yes.
What, yeah, like what if we saw Bowser in a top hat? What kind of outfit would Donkey Kong have here?
Ooh, you're right. He needs a hat. Everyone in this
Oh
game
yeah,
has a hat.
he needs a hat.
Fedora.
That'll be the big
Ooh,
reveal.
okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like tough guy reporter
Yeah.
style, like suspenders, rolled up sleeves.
I thought he was gonna go like Indiana Jones style, like he's gonna
Yeah.
be an explorer and stuff.
Oh.
Like yeah.
He's got to be the mayor of New Donk City.
What kind of hat does a mayor
Big
have?
cigar.
A top hat.
Like a Monopoly hat. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boy, if Donkey Kong had a big fat cigar, that'd be pretty good.
That I don't think we'll get these.
We're going M-rated, boys. I know Ben's gonna like this next one.
Yes, yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2
Yes.
will also be a part of the showcase today. So here's some questions. And I'm going to start with you, Ben. I want you to answer these first.
'Kay.
First, do you feel that this game has to come out in 2017 for Switch to make it a stronger year? Or do you feel it's okay for it to slip into 2018? And then the second part of the question is, do you want this game to be more like the original Xenoblade Chronicles or more like X? Or which elements from each would you prefer to see in it?
Sure. There's lots of impact there. I think regarding the 2017 and if it needs it, I think it could still be a strong year for the Switch without Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it would be a year, I think, that would feel very, not typical, but the Mario looks fantastic, don't get me wrong, but you're kind of expecting some sort of Mario presence on a new Nintendo console within the first year. If Nintendo can come out and say, listen, we have this exclusive, huge, like, critically beloved JRPG that we were able to put out within 12 months of this system's life, that sends a message. To me, we're not suddenly having the problem that we had with the Wii U, where it's like, really? New Super Mario Bros. U? This is what you're starting off with? And so yes, I think it would make it a much stronger year. I don't necessarily think its absence means that the Switch first year is bad or anything like that. Having played through... So I played Chronicles X before I played through Chronicles, and I really liked Chronicles X. There are a lot of things I like about Chronicles X. The original Chronicles is a much stronger game. It has a more interesting world. It has more compelling characters. It tells a better story. I like the way the fights are structured better in Chronicles. And I want that. I want to watch the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 trailer, and I want to care about what I'm doing. If I am a driver and I am trying to get this person to Elysium, I want to feel compelled to do that immediately. And because Chronicles X, while it had a lot more freedom, while it had a lot more customization, it wasn't until you really dug into the side stuff that I think you grew attached to those characters. Like you kind of had to dig through some layers to get to the heart of that game. And with the original Chronicles, by the end, I was just in love with that whole cast, and I felt that attachment more immediately without having to go through some more of the optional stuff to get there.
Yeah, I mean, when you first started that playthrough, and you were just talking to Fiora and Dunban and stuff, and
Right.
it was just like, man, like these characters, like I really dig them. I really like them, and I've liked that world way more. I tried twice to get through Chronicles X and kind of like faded off like really quickly, and I still would love to get back to it, but it just didn't grab me as easily as the original game did.
Yeah. For real quick for me, I felt like the opening hour or so of X. Sorry, I refer to. I don't put the Chronicles in a lot of these
It's fine,
games.
yeah.
Because it drives me insane.
It drives me
So
insane.
when I say
Yeah.
X, I'm referring to Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Right.
When I say Xenoblade, OG Xenoblade for clarification. But the first hour or so of X was really hard for me to get through. I felt kind of overwhelmed. I thought it was just a little too much too fast for me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really other than the opening cinematic, didn't feel like I was being drawn into this world and story as much. I didn't think it was as well put together as Xenoblade's opening hour or so. And I want that opening to be more, I want a solid opening in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I hope this trailer, whatever, or if there is a trailer, has story elements. I want to see more about the characters, because as you both pointed out, like, it's the characters that really drew you into Xenoblade, and I want to know more about them.
Yeah.
Obviously, because what happened in the end of Xenoblade. If this is truly a sequel, it's like, okay, so who are these people now? Like, what's going on here and stuff like that.
Oh man, I really do hope that they give the localization to the same team. Like,
Yeah.
if they let them continue that, because they did such a good job casting that game and writing that game for English.
But I bet they won't.
They may not. Yeah,
That
they
was a
may not.
Nintendo of Europe deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's funny because
we'll
like
see.
somebody pointed out that like Jenna Coleman was like Million. It's like, what? Okay, cool.
Wait, what does that mean? Who's Jenna Coleman?
She's Doctor Who.
Oh,
Played
okay.
the voice. I just want something. We need something equivalent of Rhine time.
Yeah.
There's no Rhine time. You know what? I'm
And you
joking.
can't force Rhyme time. Like, so that came out
Yeah.
of like someone you genuinely think this
Though
would be a good
being
idea.
able to turn off the battle voices would be a nice option, Nintendo.
Battle voices are such a weird thing to me, because like if I focus on them, I'm like, this is ridiculous, this is stupid. But at the same time, there is so much happening all the time
Yeah,
in
yeah,
combat,
yeah.
to where it's like just hearing that is enough to like just be that cue to like, okay, I know what my party is doing, which is something that like in a way would be good to streamline, like you were saying, streamline some of the HUD, streamline some of the control of your party, so that you can just have a more effective control of like what everybody was up to.
I would say with both X and especially Chronicles, there are a lot of systems, but some of that stuff, like digging through the inventory, even just selling stuff, is kind of a pain in the butt. And I
Yes.
hope they clean up that interface. They make it smoother without sacrificing the depth that was present.
Yeah. There would be big quality of lifestyle changes for
Yeah,
Xenoblade 2.
we need
Yeah.
some kind of overhaul on how side
Oh,
quests
yeah.
are handled.
Oh
for
yeah,
one.
definitely. I'm with you, Ben, on the release date thing. I've never believed it was ever coming out this year. I still don't think it's coming out this year. Would have been amazing. I think if it's within the first half of 2018, still good. Like, that's still great.
Yeah.
It gets
Yeah,
delayed.
yeah.
Even if it gets delayed beyond that, who cares? Like, I want it to be good, but I think its impact will be just as significant for the Switch if it comes out within its first year, which I extend to like next
Sure.
March.
I agree
So
with
Yeah,
that would be
I
fine,
do
yeah.
think it needs to. If it gets a delay, it needs to be a short delay. Like, we need to see that this game is going to have a hard date. Before next E3 at least.
Real quick, we were talking a lot about how much we like Chronicles more than X, but one thing that I do want to see from X is how you traverse the environment. And so they really gave you a lot more freedom in the sense that you're not taking fall damage. You can jump, like, even without the scale, even without the mech, you can climb so much more easily, and to the point where it wasn't just, all right, what path do I need to find? It's like, oh, can I jump on these weird leaves to get up there? And it made the world like, Chronicles had a great world. X was like, we're going to put things in odd places and enable you to get there. It wasn't quite like Breath of the Wild style, but I hope that freedom that X kind of opened up is still present in Chronicles 2.
Nice.
Well, and then one thing that the trailers may have alluded to is, one of the big things with Chronicles and what makes that world so cool is it being, you're on these two
Yes,
massive
yes.
creatures.
Yeah.
And so I think that we may have some elements of that again, not like being the whole world, but there will be, these huge creatures within it for sure. It would be really cool if those creatures are actually moving. You get not only the sense of scale by just seeing that across the way, but you're on a thing and like you're on the shoulder and like you just see yourself rocking back and forth as this thing is walking around. Yeah.
Or like this giant moving creature.
Yeah.
On top of it, there's a landmass you need to get to, but it's moving all the time. And so when you need to get there, you have to first find its position and then go to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do some cool stuff with that.
I mean, I guess fast travel might negate that, but
Yeah. You gotta go through each place at least once,
Right.
first, so you can do that. So this was revealed yesterday during Ubisoft's press conference, though it leaked before. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Jones, you're gonna like what I'm about to say here.
Ooh.
So, I feel that I thought it had a really good presentation yesterday during Ubisoft. But I feel that if that game had not leaked at all, that reveal would go down as one of the biggest things in E3 history because of having Nintendo show up, having Miyamoto come on stage like that with the guns. If we didn't know that was coming, like everyone kind of expected, we didn't know he was going to show up on stage, but we knew Rabbids was going to be there, and that partnership, whole different story for that. So I finally see the other side of the fence with that. I was like, wow.
That's what it took.
Wow. That was such a spoiled thing.
I did need to catch up on Ubisoft, though, because I missed a lot of that yesterday. And, like, that was the first thing when he, like, pops out and looks at the castle, like, what? And, like, the big blue vortex is over it. Like, imagine if you're just like, what the hell is going to come out of that? We're at a Ubisoft conference. Whoa, like, is it an established thing, or do they think up something else? And then, like, Peach, like, turning it around, and it's... Like, was that the first thing that they showed? Did Miyamoto come out on stage before that?
The first thing was a rabbit in a white space bonking on a question mark block.
Yeah,
okay.
they were, like...
Getting stuck.
Yeah, and it got stuck. Did an old comedy bit with that.
So you're right, Damiani. I bet that could have been one of the best. One of the craziest reveals. It could have been.
But even despite knowing about it...
Yeah.
It was such a good... For me, it was such a good presentation.
Yeah.
And looking back at the leak reactions, I feel like any of the negativity was just due to either the concept, the image, like the concept of Rabbids being in a Mario game.
Yeah, a lot of selfies.
And like the
There's, like, a lot of
description about the
that.
comedy. People
Yeah.
are like, oh no, they're trying too hard. And we wanted to know what I thought when we sat down and talked about the gameplay ideas, like it's going to be a strategy RPG. Is this really going to be that bad? And seeing it in action yesterday, it looks like just their Nintendo and Ubisoft's quirky take on XCOM. The combat scenarios, that part actually looks pretty good to me. I wonder, how do you feel about Rabbids now after seeing it in action?
I mean, with no visuals, if somebody were to come up to you and say, hey, they're making a Mario Cross Rabbids game, it's this XCOM style strategy game where you can do combos and you shoot them in the air, like that's just a hard thing to believe, but it looked fantastic. And I think the thing that was so impressive to me is I wasn't expecting to walk away from that going like, I can't wait to fight things over and over again. I want to see how deep this goes. I want to see like how much they push me. Like it I was watching it with my girlfriend, and she was saying, I'm worried that it's going to be a little bit too much. Like, is it going to be too complicated?
Strategically.
Right.
Sure.
And I just think I can't believe that we're questioning that with this game. Yes. You know, that's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's never been a problem with the Rabbids franchise.
No, no.
Yeah. But yeah, you saying that there, Ben, about like someone coming up to you and randomly explaining it, is one of the few arguments I will buy about the reveal. Like Nintendo and Ubisoft knew how to reveal this game. Obviously, they did a good job. Information getting out there, like, you know, without those like explanations behind it, without the context, that's what you get. What the initial reactions were, I feel.
It was a massage. It was planned and dedicated. It was a really good reveal for the game.
I still want to know what you guys think about it, but I want to throw in also the exploration part. So that was the part where they're all following. You called it the Roomba, but I believe the Tutorio is the name of the character, unless they didn't. That was in the leak slides. Yeah. I don't know if that's still the final name or anything like that. Just running through the environments, collecting coins. It was just a compilation of random shots of different environments. didn't look like there was too much actually going on. Like, it kind of dragged on for a little too long, in my opinion, and it didn't seem like there was anything overtly engaging. And remembering the slides, I'm pretty sure the slides said the majority of the game is the exploration parts, and I was like,
It was 35.
oh, it was flipped? Okay.
Yeah.
Even that, 35% of the game being that, I was like, there has to be more to that than... That was my only part, the only part of it that I was a little concerned about. But everything about, like, the strategy, as you said, like, people concerned that it was, like, might be too complicated, that's good. It's like, yeah. So what do the rest of you think about that?
I'm amazed by how this game looks. The exploration mode is the first thing they showed, actually. And just the way, watching Mario and that little crew of weird, crazy Rabbids wander around this area... Damiani, I don't know how you could have a negative impression of that.
No,
to me, it looks so fun to be walking through those worlds. And I think you're right, though. I think they will be connectors between battle scenarios, and it won't be much beyond that. They'll have little secrets if you stray from the path a little bit. But you're right. I think primarily this game's about the battling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect platforming, because when Miyamoto came out, he goes, I have one rule, don't try and make this a platformer.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I assume there's a little bit more of a hook than just running around. Like, maybe they're not ready to show it, or it's like something
but I think like your weapons won't matter, your upgrades won't matter in that mode, you know what I mean? Like,
I think like there's like a path, like, oh, you found a path here, and it triggers a hidden battle or something like that. That's and I don't know how well they could have conveyed that in the presentation, but I want to see more of that.
Question.
Yeah.
So when in the demo they said, "Oh, you see the two flags? That means we're entering a combat area." Is that a concern for you at all? Where it'll maybe hamper the feel of the world if you're like, okay, this is clearly the part where we're not fighting and we're just exploring, and this is clearly the part where we're fighting.
Yeah, because I hate like when walls will just like a Devil May Cry game when it's just like boom, some walls just light up and like
Kill
you
these
can't leave
guys.
until you kill all the guys. It's like a little slightly better version of that where it's still at least part of this environment. Yeah, it is that thing, Ben, for sure. But there's only so many ways around it.
Sure.
I guess. Do you think we're gonna see? Do you think Nintendo's gonna actually show that any more of Rabbids in the showcase today, or do you think Ubisoft had in their press conferences their own thing?
Rabid Amiibo.
Oh no! Well, those things aren't amiibos.
Yeah, what is Damiani? What's the deal?
Wait, what?
Those
now?
are figures that come with like the collector's edition or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're
they
not
do.
amiibo,
Okay.
Jones.
But didn't you say they're going to be Rabbids amiibo? Like
No.
Rabbids dressed as the Mario characters amiibo?
That's what those are. Those aren't amiibo though.
Okay.
they're-
No, I thought they were. Sorry, I
was
thought
totally
I heard.
confused. I thought
I
those
was
were
saying they're
as well.
amiibo,
Yeah.
but then everyone was like, "No, they aren't amiibo."
Okay.
Brad's
you have
got
to
a
be
scoop.
kidding yourself if you don't think they'll make amiibos for that
No,
game.
somebody's saying those were originally going to be amiibo,
They're
but
gonna
they're
do
not.
it later on.
Okay,
There's
Brad.
0% chance they will not make
Brad,
amiibos.
I mean, it would make too much sense.
Jones is fresh.
Rabbids and
I need a
Smash.
Jones rant on this.
Oh no! Here we go, Jones.
Well, no,
go
they
ahead,
just-
Jones.
There's no mission for Amiibo. It like literally there's if somebody was like, "What's Amiibo?" I'd be like, "I cannot define it for you because Nintendo will totally change what the hell it is tomorrow." And like that, but it's so funny. It's the thing that's like the reason why I'm reserved about ranting Nintendo is it's like dropping a penny in the ocean. It doesn't like I went off last year, about them just only having Zelda there, just being like, oh, there's only one game. This game better be good, and
obviously.
look how dumb I look a year later. It's just like obviously it's one of the best Zelda games we've ever gotten. And so it's like, that's it's tremendous mixed messaging for me to be like, oh, like people, I'm sure dying to like put that next to the collection, but like as a collector, it's like that feels gross, like putting this thing next to it, knowing like it's not the same as those figures.
Same size,
same
as an amiibo,
packaging,
even.
same
Yeah,
size, same
it
design,
fooled
same
me.
base.
I
Same,
thought they were amiibo, but apparently not.
Wow.
So let me ask you this.
I guarantee you there will be a significant percentage of people that will purchase them, take them home, open them up, put them on their Switch, and be like, what's happening?
And then go back to GameStop, be like, would you sell me?
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Because that person at
It's
Best
broken.
Buy's not going to know. They're
Yeah,
going to be
they're
like, yeah. They put them on the shelf. Like, where are they going to go in the store? Are they not going to go next to the Amiibo? Are they going to be in a whole different section
No, I
of Toys
think
R
they.
Us? Like,
Oh yeah, they have the individual
good
pack.
point.
So
is there a
I'm
giant
confused now.
stamp on it? It's not Amiibo?
Because they showed individual packaging, but then chat was screaming at me yesterday that it comes only in the collector's the day one edition or something.
Okay.
That was temporary on Walmart. It's probably up now.
What?
So I didn't look into it anymore. I apologize, but they're not Amiibo though.
But there's a bunch of them. There's like at
There's
least
four.
Four, yeah. For each character.
It's the only rabbit.
I think Nintendo will at least have a trailer or something in
Yeah,
there,
they
just
gotta own
because
it.
they're gonna they gotta inform the people that are just tuning in for this that it wouldn't have watched Ubisoft.
That's a good point.
Do you guys think it matters that Ubisoft is actually selling those things and not Nintendo?
No.
Have we seen Bowser yet?
But no, we haven't
There we
seen
go.
any.
There
We saw
you go.
Donkey Kong at the end.
Rabbid Bowser.
I think people
Calling
just
it.
assume Nintendo's making those though, Matt. Like I think when you see them in the stores and stuff, you're talking about like gamers.
Well,
like being
why
like,
it's not actually an amiibo and why it's probably more difficult for them to make it is because it's not a Nintendo-owned character. So that I mean, they
But
probably just
Activision
didn't
had
get their
those
shit together
weird
in the agreement.
Skylanders
the
that were both.
Hello.
Whoa.
Say humor.
It's time to wake up, guys.
Here comes out of the bathroom.
an alarm
starts going
blares.
off.
That's my air freshener.
And then he
alarm.
leaves. And then he just leaves the garage.
Let me ask you this for Rabbids.
wet.
Is this the type of third-party support Nintendo needs for Switch? Because it doesn't seem like they're going to get any of these big AAA games that are coming to for optimized for PS4 Pro,
Sure.
for Xbox X and PC. Is this what Nintendo
I mean,
needs? Do you
beats
think
Arkham City remastered for
It's
sure.
a
like-
resounding yes.
Yeah, and we want more of this, basically.
Kind of, Damiani. I think it's really encouraging. They're willing to lend out their IP, and obviously Ubisoft is handling it respectably. But I don't want that to be only the third-party support. Is like, hey, Nintendo, we'll make more of your franchises. Like, hey,
Right.
third-party can be new franchises from Ubisoft. They could have done Zombie U, but yeah, this is cool. There's no question this is a cool thing, and it's one of the games of E3 before we've even played it.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, when
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3 shows up today, it'll be...
Yeah.
we'll cover all of our bases.
Well, but I always have an icky feeling whenever we talk about like partnerships and stuff like that because I feel less like we're not talking about like the Nintendo team really having a creative idea and executing that and seeing it from start to finish. Like lawyers got involved. That's all it happened. Like this was just a business deal. Like a handshake happened at a conference room and we got this.
Yeah,
Like,
but
we have
for a
this thing on
handshake,
console.
think about how weird this thing
Yeah.
is.
No,
Unless-
but that's like this is not that. Like
Oh,
this
I
is not
see, I
just
see.
like we had that deal signed on the dotted line, walk
Oh,
away,
yeah,
and then Ubisoft
okay.
will take care
Yeah,
of
like
it. Like
Skylanders
clearly
having
Nintendo is
Mario
involved.
figures in it.
Clearly,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
know, they this is like a meeting of the minds, and I
Yeah,
think that's why it's so
this is
exciting.
definitely more than, again, going back to Skylanders, it's more than that for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's they didn't just drop the characters into a game.
I think
Skyrim.
the thing I would treasure most about this Rabbids game is seeing Mario be like, huh? You know, it's like that never happens. Like it's like Mario's always just down with anything, you know, and he's just like, or he's the host. He's like, you're here because we're all having a party because we're all playing golf. Like, follow me and I'll take you on this adventure. So to see Mario just like, what is happening right now? Like that's so rewarding. I love it.
Ben, you're right. Skyrim was a handshake. That was a handshake.
Yeah.
Will we see
Yes.
a Nord amiibo?
Oh, Dovahkiin Amiibo?
Dovahkiin amiibo,
I think
yeah.
we have to, right?
Nope.
Not seeing a Rabbids amiibo.
But the thing is, you're not immediately rejecting it.
No, I'm immediately
repulsed.
rejecting
No,
it.
no, no. I mean that it could happen. That it could
No.
exist.
I have it written right here.
I'm with you, Ben.
I was just getting this.
Dovahkiin amiibo.
Saw Skyrim for Switch finally. Bethesda. Disgusting amiibo functionality bait announced. Nobody should care. They better not waste a single minute on this during the showcase, but they probably
15
will.
minutes devoted to the Dovahkiin amiibo.
That's all I'm saying about
Yeah,
Skyrim. Who cares?
The fact that it has amiibo functionality to me says they're gonna have some kind of amiibo.
No.
It would just be a little weird to me if they didn't make anything.
Because Bethesda showed the motion controls in Skyrim, but I don't really know how those work, you know? Like, I need
it's
some
weird.
kind of a
Like
demonstration.
when you're
too much
doing.
about
Oh, you're
Skyrim.
joking. Okay.
I'm so unhappy.
He's
I really,
upset.
I really need to
I'm
dig
so
in
unhappy
here.
right now.
rails.
But I
Gotta
didn't.
know.
I know something that'll make Ben happy. Ben, will we get any info on Dragon Quest XI on Switch during the showcase?
That's not gonna make him happy.
The Ben sigh is
I-
the best.
It's hard because I want to believe, but the way that they're talking about it, it just doesn't feel like they're ready yet. Like I don't
There's too
think.
many adult circumstances to work out.
Yeah, that whole thing. I honestly don't think they're going to talk about the Switch version at all anymore until after the Japanese release.
So does that make you still feel good about it coming to Switch? And overall, Ben, how do you feel about Dragon Quest XI's chances of coming to the U.S.?
I feel very good about it coming to the U.S. Yeah, it's going to happen. It might happen a little later than we expect. I think it's definitely at the earliest summer 2018. But I do think it's coming. I think that's something that would make a perfect PSX announcement, for example. And yeah, I think kind of the build-up that you've seen around Builders and Heroes 1 and 2, And them coming out and putting out Dragon Quest 8 and 7. I mean, that took forever for them to do,
Yeah.
but they did do it.
Ooh, what about builders on Switch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good fit.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Productivity
Yeah.
is
Oh
ready
my
for it.
gosh.
Finish.
Jones, it's happening.
I don't want that to happen. That'd be sad.
Why?
Because I'd have to play it.
Because Jones loves it.
Jones
He's been
would
trapped in
stop.
it for
He
yeah.
has to play it.
I'll play it a third
I
time.
have
I don't
unfinished
care.
business with that game, and I've like fortunately like distanced myself from it.
You'll play it.
As
Like
far
there's
as-
some achievements I wanted, and oh god.
As far as Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch, I think it's a little difficult not to be worried about performance issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have enough examples of RPGs that look like that running well on the Switch, or that it can run well on the Switch. And so I think a healthy amount of skepticism is there regarding that version of the game.
I think it could happen. I think that the art style is strong enough to where they could reduce some of the, some of the technical areas, and it really wouldn't look like that big of a hit. Kind of similar to how they just brought Dragon Quest 8 to 3DS of all things.
Right.
So, yeah.
So it's I think it's not going to be too bad. And they do have a version of that game of 11 for 3DS.
There you go.
as well.
That's I was gonna bring that up. Like we might actually see that. So,
Yeah,
more like.
but I think that the thing is, the reason I don't think that we'll see a Switch announcement for Dragon Quest XI here is just because that is such a Japanese focused franchise that any kind of big announcement would happen there first.
Yep.
And they've got all those pre-orders and everything happening right now. The game's about to come out in Japan. Like, they don't want to mess with that sauce right now.
yeah.
There is no precedent for any Dragon Quest game getting a reveal, or like any version of any Dragon Quest game getting a reveal in North America first. And we can't even say that about Monster Hunter anymore.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right. I just wanted to talk about Dragon Quest XI for a
Yeah,
little bit.
no. Please.
Next up, got a few more. Will Pokemon Stars reveal itself today? Before you answered that, yes, we acknowledge that there was a Pokemon Direct recently. Talked about Ultra Sun and Moon and Pokken coming to Switch, basically, giving it a second chance, which smart after how well Mario Kart 8 Deluxe performed. It's like, hey, why not, But they're on the listing page for Pokemon, for the new Sun and Moon, it did say Switch temporarily. And they were like, no, that's an error, guys. Someone just typed that wrong. So, do you think they were just like wanted to hold it back for this? Like, we wanted to show it off in our actual E3 thing. I don't buy that. I personally don't buy that.
It's just a weird thing to have a typo for. I don't get why that would have happened if it was not actually happening.
Here's what. Yeah,
Here, Kyle.
I
Yeah.
don't want to believe this. I was smashed and shattered that 7 a.m. With disappointment. But here's why I'm willing
You were
to
seeing stars.
I'm willing to humor what you're thinking here, in that if Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is happening, it would get drowned by the announcement of Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
why that's why
I could I could humor your argument that that's why they had that presentation then, and so at this one they can announce the one that would get the most attention.
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to hear it out. You can't get your hopes up like that.
Yeah, you can. It's happening.
Even if it's not real for a reason, I personally believe on Switch at some point there'll be a mainline Pokemon on it.
Stars, Stars is real. It's just not happening this year.
Okay. It might not, not happen
Stars
this
is
year.
happening.
Yeah.
Today.
We'll
Today.
find out.
Today, Kyle.
Everyone just does that.
Come on, Believe it.
20 about
I didn't even see him come back in, and he's just like, Stars.
Out
He
of
just
nowhere.
materialized over here. If anything is certain. Stars.
All
It's
right.
not me and Pokemon Stars is happening.
Got about 20 minutes before it's supposed to begin.
Oh, man.
Next little... That's not really a rumor, or it's a rumor about what it will actually be, but in Bandai Namco's 2017 financial report, they had a listing for a Tales of game for Switch with a TBD by it. So this rumored Tales of game, will there be any chance we see it? The rumor was that it was going to be a remaster or port of multiple games, not just one that I read.
Oh,
like it wouldn't be
collection,
a collection for Switch.
You give me a Tales collection on Switch and I
But
freak out.
do you think it's going to be just a simple port of any older game, or do you think they actually might make a new Tales of game for Switch, because those games aren't like graphically demanding? That's the type of game I can see being easily ported to Switch, or just being developed for Switch first and being completely fine. So will Tales of reveal itself? And remember, the Tales Festival recently happened. No new mainline game was announced during it. But going with your thing about Dragon Quest, that this is a very more Japanese-centric series, they like to do the announcements over there. But as you said, Monster Hunter broke that trend.
Right.
So is Tales the next one to break that trend and be like, we're announcing the next new big Tales of game at E3, and it's going to be on Switch? What do y'all think?
Tales is such an oddly prolific series that I don't know that I could predict what they would do with it.
a good answer.
They have done remasters of the weirdest things. They've done all kinds of portable games.
Tales of Hearts.
They've done games back to back to back. Yeah, it could be anything, really. They have the Tales name on it.
I guess thinking about mainline Tales games, we've been having this long PlayStation run. Why switch up now? What would be the incentive?
So here's what I'm thinking. Like, this is the working theory I have.
Yeah.
Is there'll now be a rotating two different Tales game, like a two different like series, like one that's more for like Switch style games that come out every year, and then like a main the bigger one. I'm thinking like what Final Fantasy, like Call of Duty does with like the rotating thing with the different developers, except always being on the same platform. One will lead with Switch, the other will then lead with like PS4, or not Xbox, never on Xbox, but PS4 PC basically, and then alternate between those or something like that.
You were saying more of a Switch style game. What do you mean?
If they are going to change the engine up anytime soon, like and go higher like fidelity, that might be a roadblock to basically what Tales of Grace is Trails of Grace is an F. Wii was the lead platformer already, and then they made a higher fidelity version for PS3.
Sure.
So there was a team that was working they were working on. There's two Tales teams technically actually that make two styles of games. One of them might be put on, hey, you're always going to be making Switch games every other year, and that's your assignment. The other team will be assigned to like the like console dedicated one for like PS4 and PC, basically. I could see them trying to do something like that because they see how well Switch is doing and like test it out. If it doesn't work, they're like, okay, fine, you keep making Tales games, but they'll just be on the regular systems. Or it could just be every Tales game comes out on multiple platforms. But I think it would be kind of cool if Nintendo could have convinced them to make like an exclusive one like every other year just for Switch. Like that'd be a really solid addition to their
I don't think it would take a lot of
service.
convincing. I really don't. I think Switch is going to command a portable market in Japan. And here, already, it's doing really well. I see it as a second screen console. I think RPGs are a really good place for the Switch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't see it as impossible, so like I don't think it's that crazy to think about. So we'll hope.
Cool theory, Damiani. I like that.
Boy, Damiani,
checking those TVDs.
That was not in my mind at all.
I know you'd like that.
It seems so likely to me. Yeah, but the only thing that kind of holds me back is Bandai Namco has already like thrown out that press release of this is our whole E3 lineup.
Yeah,
and it feels like they were waiting for the announcements that have already happened, and now it's all out in the open.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, maybe. I mean, it still technically could be true, and they're not even announcing it here.
Right.
But like, I just want to be excited.
Can't complain on a year with Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
You cannot complain.
You're not complaining about that.
And a November 10th release date for New
We talked about. We referenced Monster Hunter World's announcement coming to PS4, Xbox, PC. My question now is, we saw that Double Cross is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Does the announcement of World diminish your excitement for Double Cross coming to Switch? Because, no. Okay, why then?
Because I think there's room for both styles. I think the idea of having a Monster Hunter game that you can take with you, again, sort of commanding that portable space. There's totally room for it, and then we'll let World be sort of this olive branch to get new people in. Like, you just, I think if you have that 1-2 punch of catering to people who already know what Monster Hunter is, they're already into it, they want more of it, they want to take it on the go, but they also, we've been waiting forever to get that style of Monster Hunter on a television. It makes too much sense, and it doesn't seem like a very difficult thing to do. There's like Double Cross is just an enhanced version of Generations. Like this isn't a totally new game in a way, and so I just don't see why you wouldn't do it.
And I'm assuming there's got to be at least part of you, and some of you as well, that's a little disappointed that World is not coming to Switch. Like, there's a little part of me that's like, man, like, I also want that on Switch. I want both. I'm greedy. I want both on Switch. Sure. But as like, this is another thing of like, okay, that you're saying the graphics for this game are just too much for Switch to handle, or we don't want to spend the effort to port this to Switch. I'm like, that stinks.
I mean, the rumor was that was the contract. They said, don't put this on Switch. They said, you put it on anything else you want, just not Switch.
Oh, Sony?
What?
Sony, yeah.
They were like, you can still put it on Microsoft because no one's gonna buy it on Xbox.
Yeah,
I don't know, Kyle.
That's what the
Sony
rumor...
getting that.
Where are you getting this rumor
That's what it took for Sony.
4chan.
4chan.
No.
Okay.
Show me the receipts, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, everything else came true.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
All right.
Unfortunately, we don't have Brad on the table. But we got Brad
Yeah,
over
we can
there.
talk to Brad. What's up?
But also,
right there.
I want to. He was originally scheduled to be on the table. I just want to point that out. So, for everyone here and Brad, we have not heard from Software at this E3 yet.
TBD.
They were on the official developer list back at that October event.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Could we see something from them at Nintendo?
Take it, Brad.
What do you think,
Believe
Brad?
in big. Let's go. I believe it. I feel it right
What
now.
will it be, Brad? That will it be a Souls thing, or will it be something new?
If the Switch trend continues, it'll be a port of like Souls games.
All three. One game.
Is Souls being portable a big enough deal to Souls fans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No brainer.
One last question, Brad.
Yes.
One last question. Will there be a Master Sword item?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. That's a good question.
Will there be a gaping dragon amiibo?
Dude, a soul.
Whenever you put it on your Switch, it wipes your hard drive.
Oh my god. I'd buy it all.
What's the
I'd buy it all.
monster? Ceaseless Discharge?
Ceaseless discharge.
Ceaseless Discharge?
What do you even look like?
Yeah!
Wouldn't it be rad though?
Actually,
Wouldn't it be rad though if like if you dropped an amiibo on there, it just put that character in the world, but they like didn't know where they were, and like they weren't that useful, but it was worth at least like one attack. You know, it's like if your health was down and you needed to like replenish, you could like, okay, I'm just gonna drop Yoshi, and you're just like, what's going on?
It has to be Dark Souls. They have to redesign Yoshi to look like Dark Souls, though, like with an aesthetic. So Dark Souls.
That just reminds me of the Mario Brothers movie now, dude.
You get Mario Brothers movie. Oh god.
I would give anything for Bill Trinan, just a tight shot on his face to say, and introducing Ceaseless Discharge. Oh man! Now the spotlight is going to be a disappointment for sure.
We've raised the bar too high.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of Metroid speculation, and I will say that while I don't know what From Software would do with Metroid for combat, world design.
Oh
My gosh!
And
That would be
perfect thing,
so great.
Blood, because that's what we're going to talk about next. Will we see Metroid or Donkey Kong during this? I asked this on friend code. You were on it, Blood. So was Brad, but you can change your answer and everything. What will Metroid be there? And if it is, what type of game do you expect or want? And who do you want developing it? What developer name do you want attached to that Metroid?
Metroid is happening. You can draft your tweet now.
it's happening. It's drafted.
It's a lock. Metroid is going to be in this presentation.
Draft now.
Damiani, I like Metroid Prime more than Super Metroid. I really do. I really like that game a lot. And so the kind of Metroid I want to see is an exploration game in 3 dimensions. I would love for Retro to be working on it. I don't think Retro wants to. I think they want to do their own thing. And so it's hard to trust any other studio that works with Nintendo on a first-person Metroid game. So maybe we say 2D Metroid?
Look at that. Making Cal think.
No. I want Retro to be working on that Metroid, but I want them to be doing something completely off the wall bonkers with it.
Okay, so
That's what I
Retro,
want.
but something, a new idea.
Yep.
All right. Jones, Any input on Metroid?
I don't know if I got a dog in this race. Yeah, I'm a spectator, you know, but like I've not been that invested
What
in the
about Donkey
Metroid
Kong?
franchise.
Because I bring
Yeah.
up Donkey Kong because retro.
Sorry, man.
You go. I
I
interrupted.
just want to introduce that joy to your life.
Yeah.
That's all I want. It's
Yeah.
not,
Super
it's not
Metroid.
I'm
shaming.
familiar, you
It's
know.
not
We
shaming.
did
Love
the
it.
retro back at GT.
No,
like
but
I'm, you
one of
know,
the
Yeah,
greats-
Jones.
We sit
We
down.
need to fix this, Jones.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Wait, you haven't
It's-
played
it's-
Super
it's-
Metroid?
You don't play Super Metroid, Joe?
I've played Super Metroid. I never finished it. I never
But I never finished.
All right, there's
Oh, man.
But like I have
It's a stream.
seen the game being
This is
played from
happening.
start to finish like
Yeah.
14
How's this-
times.
Okay.
But what about Prime?
Like I
Seeing
know
it
all the
played
boss
through's
fights.
not
I know
the
all of
same.
it. I've
Not
seen a
the
lot of Prime. I
same.
never played it.
You sit down.
Yeah,
You sit down with Kyle and you say, "Hey,
sure.
Full playthrough.
Let's stream it.
Let's
One
go scan some
sitting.
stuff.
Let's stream it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
plays
the reason I was
Metroid?
bringing up Donkey Kong because they also developed by Retro. Donkey Kong Country Returns, Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
I don't expect DK.
So you don't expect DK at all. So
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like they wouldn't put DK in the same presentation as Mario. It'd be a little weird.
They don't get along.
Okay, but
They got a history.
I'm really curious though. I didn't hear from you, Ben, about Metroid.
Yeah.
What would you want or expect out of a new Metroid, and what developer name, if any, would you want attached to it?
I think the developer I trust the most readily would be Retro, easily. I slightly prefer 2D Metroid to 3D Metroid, but I think both are phenomenal, and the world would be a better place with either one. But I think they go 2D. I think just given the response to Metroid recently, that seems like the obvious move.
I'm sorry, real quick. Ian,
Yeah.
can you also unmute on the actual video player
Sure.
for the stream? Sorry. Talking about 2D Metroid
Yeah.
and your preference for it. So on friend code, I'm going to stick by this.
Yeah.
I want it to be more of a 2D Metroid game. I'm open to either. Any new Metroid is good. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I agree with you. I don't think Retro is working on this. I think Retro is working on something completely different.
Yeah.
So a developer for that, I would like to personally see my dream come true and see either Vanillaware or Yacht Club Games developing a 2D Metroid.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Yacht Club.
Oh my
we
goodness.
talked about that.
Just get them together.
I'm getting
Get them together.
Ian, are you an XSplit, right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's what happens. If we see a Metroid trailer at the end, it says Yacht Club Games, shut down the stream.
I'll just burn the computer.
There's
Gas the garage.
There's
and
no
we'll
need
leave.
for words at that
Yeah.
point. There's no need for them.
But Kyle, your reaction to that is like negative. Like you don't want
No,
that?
yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, it's
I
good,
would love
okay.
for Yacht Club to work on that.
Okay.
I thought you were like
amazing.
cringing. I thought you were like
No,
going,
no.
no.
Oh, Damiani, I would much prefer that to Vanilla or almost any other studio. I think Yacht Club could pull it
I
off
think-
better than any other studio.
I think Vanillaware would do just fine.
I saw someone give me an idea about the team behind Ori, like their art style for like a
Yeah,
2D
but
Metroid.
those guys are
Yeah.
working on Ori.
Yeah, I know.
And it's
What about
such a small
the only
team.
other studio I can think of? I mean, there's others like Way Forward.
That's what I was going to bring up. And,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want Way Forward on it.
Or
Yacht
like-
Club would make a better one than Way Forward would.
Yeah.
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight is, I think, one of the best 2D games we've had in the last 3 years.
Oh, yes, without question.
Yeah.
Brad agrees.
I think they've earned the right to
Yep.
take a crack at it. It's going to be 2D. Wrapping it up here. We got 5 more minutes before the show begins.
Play Spectre of Torment.
Play Spectre of Torment right
Play it.
now, and for the next 5 minutes before we begin. Smash Brothers. This rumor has been around for months now.
Yeah.
The rumor of a port, just
Yes.
a straight up port. After how well Mario Kart 8 did, we talked about Pokken. This seems like a lock.
Yeah.
At the very least, we're
Just
getting
a
some
matter
kind
of
of
time at
port.
this
So
point.
here are the
Yeah.
things, and I also doubt they have a brand new Smash ready to show off
Right.
yet. 2 questions. Asked this in friend code, so I'm asking it to everyone on the panel here as well. Do you think they're gonna merge the 3DS and Wii U version, so we're gonna also
Yes.
get the 3DS
Yes.
content in this? In the second part, what does everyone think about first before we move on to the second part?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna get 3DS content?
Do you
in
remember
there?
the leaked image that showed the 3DS mode where you're like picking up little
Yeah.
shoes and things like that?
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Like some of that I think should be cut. Like those I don't want the party mode. I don't want that other mode in there either.
That
the
mode is
stages-
baloney. Yeah.
Oh, the stages.
Absolutely.
I want the stages. Oh yeah,
Stages.
bring those stages
Yeah.
over at the very least. Here's the real big question.
Okay.
Who's gonna be the big new character reveal at the end of that Smash Brothers for Switch
Yes.
port trailer? I will say, I think it would be amazing if Nintendo took up Microsoft's offer to use Banjo. They said they would allow users to use Banjo and Smash Brothers.
Hold on, I thought it was the other way around.
What?
So Microsoft said, "Here's Banjo," and Nintendo said, "No thanks."
They were on friendly terms. There was a thing, but Nintendo's always been the one that's like, no, we don't. There's deal's always been like, if they make something like with the GoldenEye thing, if they make something, it also has to be like on Microsoft stuff as well, or some promotion of Microsoft.
Gotta be a trade.
And
basically?
they were like, no, we will not promote a competitor. But okay, all this third party support, they've been, I guess another console manufacturer was like where they draw the line, despite them bringing in these characters. Bringing in Cloud, who's never been... Okay, Kingdom Hearts DS or GBA version of Chain of Memories, he technically was in there, but like the versions of Cloud they have in the game, like, were not... Like, Cloud's not associated with Nintendo,
and then
yet he's in Smash Brothers.
And then putting BK colors on Duck Hunt Dog? Like, we know what you're doing.
Like, the sky's the limit for this. So Banjo can be in Smash Brothers.
Banjo can be in. That'd be
so
big.
what do the four of you think? What is your wild dreams?
This will make Nintendo's stock go through the roof. Because I think you're right. Because like it's Nintendo and Microsoft getting along, that would be like good. But like, here's what would really give them some really good press.
Okay.
Groose.
Groose
and Smash Bros.
Just stockholders right now.
Ben Moore.
Groose is loose.
Ben Moore, character in Smash, never been on a Nintendo game. Blaze or Axel from Streets of Rage.
That's good, Hubert.
Smash. Bring it back.
Let's go. Open this can. Here we go.
I actually do have one.
What do you got, Matt?
If we're gonna, yeah.
Sorry, Blood. I have to say it. Mike Jones. Does anybody know who I'm talking about?
Mike Jones.
Mike
rapper.
Jones?
No.
Not him. Star Tropics.
Oh, that's a deep pull.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Right,
reboot
Stevens
it,
would be
bring him into
proud.
Smash. Brilliant. That'll make my day.
Yeah. Stock through the roof.
We got Blaze.
That'll actually take the stock.
Mike Jones.
No,
Unleash your blood. What do you got?
While Huber's dreaming over there, I'm just like, well, why not Ryo then? Who? Ryo from Shenmue?
Yes.
Oh!
Ron D.
Ron D is a better one.
Hang
Yeah.
on.
It's like you've got all the fighting moves, and then you can just drop a forklift in there and run somebody over for their smash attacks.
Yeah.
You got something for us, Ben?
Does this actually show up?
Yeah.
There we go. Just gonna leave that there. Oh, did he kill the mood? What?
No,
Yeah.
Ben,
No,
Ben's
Ben's
I-
like a deep thought.
After
Ben's
Blaze and
cutting into
Axel,
my Animal Crossing time.
I was gonna say I was gonna say Dovahkiin.
That was mine. That was mine.
Was it really?
Yeah. That or Simon Belmont. I always say Simon Belmont.
problem
but-
is-
Skyrim is not showing up in
Dovahkiin
Smash,
is
right?
likely. That
No.
is the most of any of
No.
our dumb ideas. That is the most likely
No,
one to
Kyle.
happen.
Final smashes a dragon.
Yeah.
No.
They're all fighting and get
No.
cold. Oh,
Fusro
the
Da.
Yeah, you do
Nope.
Fusro
snow
Da.
comes in.
Oh, no.
He's gonna Furo down
Surprise.
Mario right off the edge. It's gonna be
him.
awesome.
We got one more minute.
Jones is dying
Jones.
over
Dude, I
here.
got the amiibo right here.
Do
bro.
it, Jones.
Animal Crossing, man, it's time.
Well,
It's time. We're gonna be
Yeah.
living in this
Oh,
world
but
in
in
Animal
the game,
Crossing.
yeah.
The Switch is out.
Oh.
It's get this game out.
Oh,
now.
the game,
So
yeah.
for the life of
Jones.
the Switch,
Thank
we
you.
can live in this world.
It took you guys
we
that
can
long to
spend
say
this
that?
time. It's gonna take us
inside
365 days to see the extent of all that. I don't want that 365 days to end in 2020. Let's do it now. Let's get in there.
Yeah.
Seeing Animal Crossing in the spotlight.
In the spot.
I think it's a good bet.
Definitely happening, Jones. I can't wait to see your reaction. Add on to that, Kyle.
Thank you,
It hasn't started yet. We also gonna have, besides Banjo, we're gonna have Crash Bandicoot.
I think it'd be big.
Oh,
Big impossible, to be honest.
Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot. Gonna happen. Those will be the two new characters.
No.
Crash
That
Crashes.
doesn't even make sense.
Monster Hunter
It's
Hunter.
Activision.
Monster Hunter
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter could
Monster
be one I
Hunter
can
Hunter.
see.
Just put Chrono in there from Chrono Trigger.
No, that's
Blow
not.
the house down.
There's a lot of reasons why that will not happen.
Blow the house down.
A lot of problems with that. not
Damiani hates the art.
No. It has
That's
nothing to do
why.
with hating
You hate
it.
that art.
It's tied up in licensing hell. Let's say that. So
Okay.
it's not happening.
How about Setsuna? I don't know. It's a pretty weak one.
I don't think that's as strong
They
enough.
announce
I take it.
Persona 5 for Switch, and then that leads into Joker being in Smash Bros.
You'll never see it.
Yeah! In the Smash Bros.
Yes!
You'll never see it coming.
Persona
Yeah.
5 Switch isn't out of the question, though.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yeah.
I'm here to dream. I don't know what you guys are here to do. I'm here to dream.
None of this is happening. We're gonna get like here's Smash Brothers with one new stage.
We're spending-
Have a good
Ice
time.
climbers are back.
We're
Like,
spending
fine.
we're spending 10 minutes on arms.
Yeah.
I would.
We're gonna get the arms tournament. 30 minutes of that. There's your direct. You're done. Oh no.
I wouldn't buy Persona 5 again, but I think that would make so much sense. Like
late.
that'll
Offended on the
have to
not
happen at
second
some point.
purchase. Not that you're not gonna play Persona 5, but you're not buying it a second time. How dare you, Blood?
The stream's actually live right now.
Damiani,
They've been saying that for an hour and it hasn't been.
Is
but-
chat screaming it's like started or something?
No,
No.
We still have exactly 1 minute, according
And,
to this
and
computer.
they would
1
scream.
second.
this
They would
is
scream, so we're fine.
This is worrisome because it's 9:30 is gonna be there.
Here
Here
we
we
go.
go.
Here we go, baby.
Headphones,
Oh,
baby.
my goodness, I'm excited.
yeah.
I love
There's
it.
the only other pair of headphones right there.
Oh,
Okay.
do you wanna
From
boost that volume a
software.
little
Here we
bit,
go,
Damiani?
baby.
Whoa, what?
Esports, baby.
Arms.
can play it in.
Arms.
Yeah.
Here's their starting.
I think this is a really strong opener.
How busted.
Oh.
Whoa.
Is this Mario coming? Or no?
Oh, ugly.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That does.
That's a good.
We
fit.
totally didn't call that.
That's a good get.
That is
So Rocket League's gonna be in Smash.
Rocket League on the go.
Rocket League, that would be great in Smash.
Actually,
Actually,
would.
It would be.
Damiani, can you turn the volume down a little bit?
I can turn all of
Which
it.
one? Pokin.
Pokin. Yep.
Is that better?
Probably.
Alright, we're getting these out of the
Hands
way.
up, it's time to
Damiani puts
attack.
on both headphones so you can't hear anything anybody said.
What's up?
because you can't do
Turn your headphones up. Turn the headphones up, Damiani.
Oh, here's FIFA. The mouse right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blair,
the
you
mouse
do.
are in the front.
Hey, look, it's the version of FIFA that doesn't have all the features.
That's a lot of features, though.
You gotta play that in a tunnel, bro.
Is the 25-minute clock ticking right
It's
now?
a ticket, yeah.
Oh, it's been ticking. It started late. They lost some time.
But here's
We
the
had to,
thing is, we won't
live
see-
edit out
Thank
some
you.
footage.
We won't see Splatoon again, though, which is the good thing.
Yeah, it's been something to get on mine.
I like this underground Splatoon fight club.
Yeah.
Nintendo Sports, baby. We are
Bet.
EA.
Never mind.
So, Ben, do you get the
the one
vibe
that
that,
worked
like,
next.
Switch is different from this montage? I honestly kind of do.
Kind of. Yeah.
So, guys, I was just informed these are the only games they are talking about in the direct.
We've just been informed.
All right, thanks.
It's different, but you still recognize it.
Whoa.
Metroid is in the air right now.
Draft your tweet.
Inbound. Yeah.
The game
Hi, Reggie.
Whoa, Reggie.
Whoa, that was
That was kind of unsettling.
is a battle. If it's not fun,
in your house.
why bother?
What was in that
It's a
screen?
battle.
It was a
Where's
Switch
the fun?
menu.
What are you talking
It's
about,
a
man?
test that you pass.
Reggie's
or a
lost
quest
it.
that you
Haiku.
fail.
Mario,
Race against
Luigi,
time.
and Splatoon.
Fun and battle always locked together.
Racing Against Time, Chrono Trigger.
But the game is also something else. It's a journey, a passport to new worlds, maybe even an odyssey.
Wait,
Oh.
Look, a feel,
is that the Skyrim music underneath?
exploration,
Stop.
No, I'm being serious.
I'm scared.
and open
I
your
don't know.
mind.
I don't.
No,
I
we
play
just can
Skyrim.
check out
Yes,
Odyssey
the
right
journey
now, right?
requires the right
This is
ticket,
the music they play when you get a
and
massage.
that ticket is Nintendo Switch. But in the end, it's not just where you can take
Switch
your game.
play, what's
Yeah,
that?
book.
Switch and play?
It's where your
gone.
game can take you.
Xenoblade.
Reggie.
Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do it.
OOT.
Xenoblade for sure.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leading off strong,
World's young.
boys.
Everyone in Alrest lived on the
English.
World Tree,
Yeah.
together with our Divine Father, the Architect. They called that paradise Elysium. You're a blade.
As the driver of the Aegis. Can you take me to Elysium?
I'm in. Let's go to Elysium. I'll take you there myself. Pyra!
Here!
Cover me!
Got it!
Yes! Hey.
Was that a chanting?
Man, these are some sweet visuals.
We'll show you.
Jeez.
We'll show you what me and Pyra are made of. Take this! Now that you have come this far, there can be no turning back. You and that sword can't be! I'm guessing your goal is Elysium.
So Ben, it looks like you don't have a party. Looks like it's you and
Yeah,
your sword.
Yeah.
I think you might get different blades.
Oh.
This blade he calls Pyra.
We're not hanging out with Pyra
Flames
the whole
hide
time.
something deeper.
What's the matter? Are you the Aegis?
Because I think the green-haired girl is a blade as well.
I won't use that power, and I won't let you use it either.
If you know what you desire, you will have to show it. Not with words, but with your own strength. Everyone, let's go!
Oh no, you
there's a
definitely
party.
go.
The
Yeah,
party,
yeah.
nice.
Oh!
They did it!
Merry Christmas!
Merry
Sometimes you need a hero. A sword switch. Fire wheel.
Another pirate game.
Stone cold hero.
Tell me it's just Sonic.
And so cold.
Oh, it's
Kirby! It's coming!
I'm so disappointed.
Oh my word.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, this is pretty traditional.
Yeah.
Yay, no
We're not
gimmicks.
drawing
Looks
anything.
good.
We're not.
Traditionally amazing.
Literally amiibo functionality.
Well,
Just getting friends.
Oh, this is so great.
Hey, Mr. Frosty, good to see you again.
4-player co-op. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I think that's a Kirby staple.
Shadow drop.
Please, man.
Wow, the new Kirby game this was for 3DS.
Yeah.
So it's really surprising to see
Curling with
this
Kirby.
as a Switch game.
Whoa.
Oh, that stupid trick.
Bias design actually looks very similar to Triple Deluxe. Like the stars and
Which was a great Kirby
all the
game.
graphical elements look the same.
Kirby Switch.
Oh, Kirby 28 Kirby.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
皆さん Hi everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. I hope you've been enjoying the journey with Nintendo Switch so far. When I found out that Nintendo Switch is being accepted by video game fans from all over the world as a home console that could be taken with you anywhere, I felt so relieved. Take Switch outside, come together, and share the experience. This idea was how we hoped people would play with Nintendo Switch. But people are coming up with many creative ways to play, in all kinds of places, in many more ways than we expected. This summer, Nintendo and its third-party partners will release many multiplayer games that can be played anytime, anywhere, and with anyone. We hope there will be many heated competitions that will be ignited by Nintendo Switch. Now, we'll continue our look at even more new game worlds for Nintendo Switch. But before we do, there is one announcement we'd like to share from our very special friend. Please take a look.
Hi everyone.
Oh, here we go, pal.
From the
No
Pokemon
way, dude.
Company.
Yes
yesterday,
way.
We
Yes
announced
way.
that Pokken Tournament Deluxe is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, new Pokemon.
This is the latest version of the premier Pokemon fighting game.
Just Pokken.
2 people can dive right into battle using 2 Joy-Con
I like how
controllers.
he's at his desk delivering this,
So you
by
can
the way.
experience heated
He's drawing
Pokemon
stars.
with just one Nintendo Switch console.
He's signing the authorization.
There are some fresh additions, including new Pokemon, and this deluxe version of the game will be on display at E3 for attendees to play. I have one more announcement.
Oh, you can put the pen down.
Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on Nintendo Switch. It may not release for more than a year, but we hope you'll look forward to it all the same.
Won't release for more than a year.
In the meantime, let's enjoy this year's E3.
Okay.
There we go.
There's Pokemon Star.
Yeah. They're just
very
like, don't
much.
feel bad.
We heard that the Pokemon series is being developed for Nintendo Switch. What
Yeah,
kind
we
of
heard that.
Pokemon game will we be able to
that
play
too.
on Nintendo
Sorry,
Switch? I'm looking forward to it myself. At this year's E3, we're mostly showing games that will be released in 2017.
Oh.
But please know that here at Nintendo, we're working on many forms of entertainment that can
no.
only be made possible on Nintendo
no.
Switch. We hope you'll look forward to them as well.
That seems like a
Now
disclaimer
let's
that like
continue on with the journey with Nintendo
all the things that
Switch.
you're imagining in the future, we're not talking about those today at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That was
prepped
basically
before
what that was,
yeah.
Regardless, here's the Metroid game.
Space.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Please don't. You don't.
No, it is.
Oh,
Is
it's
it?
Metroid. It's Metroid.
It is.
Wait, 4.
Whoa.
Oh,
What?
Prime 4?
Prime 4!
It's the
Yes.
the music. It's the
Prime.
Prime music.
Yes! Yeah!
Don't just do a title. Don't just do a title.
Yeah!
Yes!
In development. Nothing else though.
Whatever.
Yeah! 3 years off.
They acknowledge.
Boom!
Oh my
They
god.
acknowledge.
That's all we needed.
And it's
Who's
happening.
making it? Is it definitely retro?
Wow.
I
12
know-
minutes
I know-
in.
I don't think they're gonna say anything else.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's all we
We
need.
know. Yeah.
That's not all we need.
We needed
More.
Acknowledgement, Kyle. We just
Better than
need
nothing.
acknowledgement.
Paper
Mario?
Oh, Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Paper Yoshi.
Paper
Shy
Yoshi,
Guys
yeah.
there.
Whoa.
Woolly
Paper
Yoshi.
Young Yoshi.
Paper wool.
Oh.
Yeah, they just started Metroid like yesterday.
I'm already sold. I'm sold.
Yeah.
This is very low energy
Yeah.
compared to Metroid Prime 4.
They're not even trying. They don't want high energy.
You don't need high energy for Yoshi.
Yeah.
I mean that's literally
Look at that!
Yeah,
the design goal for Yoshi games is to be like not intimidating.
I like the
Tranquil.
googly eyes.
This is super.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, the backgrounds.
Yeah. I think this looks great.
But the last Yoshi game did a lot of that. The swappy swap.
Yeah, just dig like you were in like an elementary school.
Little big
That thing
Yoshi.
was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny train jumping off the tracks.
Called Yoshi. Yeah,
Just
Yoshi.
called
Yep.
Yoshi.
Wow. This is like
Yoshi.
everything's coming.
We're
2018.
mostly focusing.
Oh.
It might be a
Fire
Warriors
Emblem
game,
Warriors.
right?
Oh yeah,
Emblem
Fire
Warriors.
Emblem.
Yep.
A long time ago.
A long time ago.
In a kingdom far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
We're under attack! Mother's in danger!
If she's up there, then...
You two must keep going. No, I'm coming with you.
No.
Is that
Voice work.
Joey, no!
Fine crawl.
real? Rihanna, yep.
I am Marth, the Prince of Altea. We've come here to save you.
We know who you are.
I'm the famous
Remember
one.
that you can rely on your friends. We're with you.
Get it together, you two. If you can't do this, who can?
No hype till Tharja.
You
No, it's
fought
a
your way
win.
this far. There's nothing you two can't do.
Where's Ike?
No matter the danger, we can overcome it if we're working together.
All right, let's move out.
Working together, we can finish this.
All right.
That needed gameplay more than anything.
That
That's
Well,
not
they'll probably do that on the Treehouse.
Yeah.
Zelda DLC time.
I'm the Legend of
Show
Zelda
us the
series
story
producer,
trailer.
Eiji Aonuma. You may have already heard about it during Bethesda's showcase that was held a few days ago.
Don't you do this! Do not do this!
Yes!
In case you missed it.
Look at that
Looking
nasty
forward to
looking
exploring
monster.
Skyrim.
He's like an old man.
What?
When did this Master Sword get in my hand? Next up, we'll take a look at the DLC
our
packs
Master
for the
Sword.
Legend of
Alright,
Zelda
it wasn't a
Breath
minute.
of the Wild.
Wasn't 1 minute.
Let us take you on a new Hyrule adventure.
It's pretty nice looking.
Show me that story DLC. The only one that matters.
Available now.
Oh,
Oh, that sound.
that is Zelda.
Oh, this. Yeah, I think
Trial.
this is the trial.
Of the sword.
Trial of this.
Oh, to unlock its power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the
Yeah,
island.
yeah, it's like
Like
an island.
Eventide style.
They have all those hearts, so.
Oh,
they
yeah.
have all that stamina.
Oh,
I think this is like
cool.
the
Like
multiple
this
level
ladder
one.
right on the other side.
It's like cable ordeals.
Right, but like multi-tiered and interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's
That's
more developed.
way
than I
more
thought it'd
than
be.
just like a flat room with a bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
Well, and it upgrades your sword forever, right?
Yes.
If all of this is from the same.
Complete that map.
Half-
Come on.
Oh, there's
Here's
the path.
path mode.
Yeah.
It's the hard mode. So.
No. Here's Path just lets you.
Here's Path
Oh,
lets you
yeah.
see
Look at the
everywhere
places
you
you
go.
explored.
Yeah, we saw the deals.
I love
Tingle
it.
Now you can get the Koroks beard.
That is freaky.
Okay, this is a massive.
This is
mode.
master.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Show me something hard.
There you go, Damian. Oh, gold Lionel. How about that?
Ooh.
No. That's not the. That's not what we wanted, though.
Where's
He
pack
did
2?
say packs, and that was pack 1.
Where's
Okay.
pack 2?
Good point, Blake.
That's what we want to see.
Yes.
So this is 2.
Yes. Tell me.
Ah, come on.
Help me figure out where this game takes place in the
I
timeline.
love you.
Going back to the past.
We hear about his master.
I mean, the laser's lit. This
So
looks.
it's at,
Yeah, man,
it's after all
spoilers.
that.
Games.
You're gonna play as the hero.
I actually wonder if we will.
I would be so on board for that.
Yeah, why do the highlight here? We know who these characters are.
I don't care what they do as long as this music is playing.
Yeah, this is good.
I love it.
And a Zelda. And that would be the 5th dungeon, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Dude. Yeah.
What?
What's still
Doesn't
Wow.
say
They
anything.
named it.
Can I
As
have
a
it-
name.
can I make it
Holiday. Merry Christmas from Nintendo.
I think you play through the challenge, their paths through the temples.
That they need to confirm that.
What did
Yeah.
you think?
if you're just
I actually
replaying all
have one
4
more
of the
announcement that I'd like to
Yeah.
share.
Well, if you're playing
The
the
4
same dungeons
champions
again.
that appeared in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will be available as amiibo.
Oh, boy.
The Zora champion Mipha.
There it is. More.
The Rito champion Rivali.
Nobody's buying that.
Can't
Come
wait
on,
to
Skyrim
them to
champion
be console or
Urbosa.
retailer exclusive.
You'll be able to use these 4 amiibo in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
Do
Wild.
those work in Skyrim too?
Of course, you'll be able to use these in the DLC packs that you just saw, so please look forward to them.
This
Oh my
Still too
changes.
vague for me.
Yeah.
Travel the world. Bring people together.
Reggie, stop being weird.
Change
dude.
the
Anywhere.
game.
With
This is
anyone.
it?
Press
If
the
video
buttons.
gaming is a journey,
7 minutes left.
then anywhere
Okay.
has to include
Bye.
a stop right
No, they
here
started
in LA
late.
during E3.
They started like 20
This
seconds.
is
late.
Magic Week, where
It's
booths buzz
It's old
and
school. That's
channels
2 years
glow.
ago.
Burning time.
They couldn't
Burning
show last
time,
year's
Reggie.
version.
Burning time here.
Why do we
Burning
have
Burning time.
Stop, Reggie.
And this summer, a new kind of heated competition ignites right on Nintendo Switch.
F-Zero.
It kicks off later today with the Splatoon 2 World Inkling Invitational, which brings teams from the Americas, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan to see whose colorful skills are the best.
Esports has been in everything.
Tomorrow, the Pokken Invitational will be held. You might recognize some of our 8 competitors who'll be duking it out in heated battles. Later on Wednesday, we'll see 8 players throw punches in the fun and competitive game ARMS, which launches
Behind
later
Reggie
this
is a
week.
lifeguard chair faced away
4
from
of
the
our
water.
players will be pros, and the other 4 will be E3
No, the water's
attendees
he's
who
not
rise to the
facing the
top
water.
by battling on the show floor.
The water is to the left.
If you're going to E3, we hope you'll accept the challenge. And no matter where you are, be sure to catch up with Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3.
Let's go.
For all
Streets
the
of Rage, we
details
need
and
it.
news about Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS. But now,
Man,
there are a
in
few
10
more
years when
worlds
Metroid
left to
comes
visit
out.
on our journey
No rush.
before we land in
Now in
Tokyo.
development.
Let's
What do you
go.
got?
Odyssey en route.
Is it Mario? Yep.
I'll watch this again.
Ubisoft is proud to announce its new Rabbids game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and it will be developed exclusively for the
Beyond Good and Evil
Nintendo Switch. The Rabbids' crazy personalities and unpredictable behavior will shine as they arrive in a reimagined and twisted Mushroom Kingdom. They will surprise you in this tactical adventure filled with combat and exploration. Mario and his
I love
friends
ice puzzles.
will join them in an epic quest to put the kingdom back in order. We can't wait for you to play the game on August 29th.
Good 2017 for the Switch.
Yep. And Tactics.
It's just
Tactics
a good
is back in
game.
a big way this year.
F-Zero.
Or Animal
No.
Crossing. Bring it.
Oh, this is
Oh,
Rocket League.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we
But
were
the
here.
ball is the chain jump?
Yeah.
Wasting time. Just everyone.
Turn in time.
We had this.
Wasting time.
Energy for Animal Crossing. I feel it.
It is a big
There
announcement.
are a lot of people that
Just-
will love to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, but it's like
Yeah, Rocket League is great. For sure.
Quick trailer.
they already announced
There
it.
you go. Mario
They
hat.
re-announced it.
Quick 30-second trailer.
On behalf of everyone,
No.
shut
We know
up.
what Rocket League is.
You know what Rocket League is?
coming to Nintendo Switch. We know that both the Rocket League and Switch communities have wanted it, and now we're going to release it, complete with cross-network
press
support that
conference
lets you play against
sucks.
opponents on other platforms. The Switch version will have all the features and modes we've released thus far, plus exclusives like local wireless multiplayer, Mario and Luigi hats for
I'll let you
customizing
know when
your
to wake
car,
up, Jones.
and new exclusive cars we'll talk about later this year. Look for Rocket League on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
No. Sucking the life out of me.
And the fade out, the slow
Here we go.
fade to
I like
black.
that take. Let's
Here
use
we
that
go.
take.
Animal Crossing.
What is this?
Xenoblade Chronicles again.
No.
Donkey Kong?
Monster Hunter?
Uh-oh.
Monster Hunter for Ben?
Turner. Ben.
Is it?
Double dipping, Ben.
I think it's a regular T-Rex though.
Also
Yeah. That doesn't. No.
What is this?
Truck.
Mario hat. Oh, it's Odyssey.
Damn.
What?
You got us.
We're back.
Snow.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a sombrero.
Oh!
Dino Land.
This music.
Dino
These
Land.
lyrics.
There he is.
That was cool. Dapper.
Ghost hat.
Yeah, we saw this.
Yes. Oh, so your hat powers up with.
Oh,
There are
good.
lyrics to
Mario.
this music. by
Uncle
the
Sam
way.
Mario.
This music. Are you kidding me?
Grab coins with me. What?
Body possession.
Frog set.
Dude. No. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's a rocket.
Can you do that to Bowser?
You probably will.
Oh, Mario!
Yeah.
Mario! Look at that.
Here you go.
The wedding Peach.
Oh!
Oh, there's a lot going on here. Wow.
Oh, you can knock out
the car!
Yes!
Yes! Oh my god, that's freaky.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes!
Whoa.
What? Is that Paulina?
It does
She's
look like
canon.
Pauline.
Wow! That's
That's
October
27th!
October 27th!
Yes!
October is insane!
That's insane!
October!
That was it.
The October
No, this
of
is Skyrim.
dreams.
That's Skyrim.
Oh no, never mind. I was wrong.
Jenga, baby.
The
Stack it up.
October of
Stack it up.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay.
Stack it up.
October.
Wow.
Hats, baby.
Hats.
I was
God,
not
that's
expecting
so
that to be the like. I thought you could put on a hat. I mean, there's that. You get powers from it, but stealing. Oh, what?
They didn't warn us.
That's what Mind Jack wanted to be.
Yeah. Why don't you hop on a T-Rex? Why don't you become a T-Rex?
That was like we had no idea what that was.
Well, they did the same with the first one. I love that.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Is
I
it
love that.
Xenoblade? No, it's
No.
Mario Pop.
An ultra-realistic T-Rex.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is this a new IP?
I thought it was what's the PC game that keeps getting updates every 5 seconds?
I thought a Mario game was Turok for a second. Yeah. Oh yeah, Turok.
Turok.
No, it's Mario.
Okay, I kind of want that.
Yeah.
Let's close the show with some Turok.
You know, N64. Like, let's bring it back. It's like, whoa.
Oh my god.
That-
game's coming
that
out
was
in
something
October.
else.
That's how you. That's
October,
ending
dude.
press conference.
We need to watch that again.
Like,
And then again.
I think they're gonna play it right now.
yeah, they're gonna actually
Yeah,
play
they're
the game.
prepping.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Holy
all right.
crap.
Yes.
So
Metroid Prime lives.
They can't.
Yeah, man.
you wanna,
Stream can't
I mean, that's
right.
out of order. Like, let's just talk about
out
it.
of order.
You know what? Let's start there. I do want to start there.
Sure.
And with the theme of as good as that ending was, there were several announcements for games that were just like we don't even have a final title.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Metroid. So let's play the Metroid Prime music, which show the 4, which show you the original logo. Nothing else, just in development.
Yeah.
In development, doesn't he always say who's making it?
I needed a studio
I know.
to get
I've heard your
excited,
arguments, Blood, that like it has to be who else but Retro would be working on it, but that's.
Oh, I don't think I made that argument.
I thought you
You'll
on
find
friend
out
code. You
today.
said.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys, we will find out today. They don't think that we care about that. They just want you to know that it's happening. I guarantee you there will be a tweet or a comment on the stream or something today. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, it's being made by blank. And they do that sort of stuff all the time.
Right.
But like even like the Metroid Prime continuity is so effed right now. Like I'd prefer anything other than Metroid Prime 4. To
and
be honest
that's the
with
thing.
you. Yeah.
When they moved on from Prime 3, and they moved on to the other games, especially Other M.
Yeah.
Sakamoto, primary person responsible for Other M, and also Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Seemed to have like a little bit of like a dislike for Prime for some reason. They had the official Metroid site would actually stopped referencing the Prime trilogy as canon, even though they're supposed to technically be canon.
Yeah.
There seemed to be some like weird riff going on there behind the
And
scenes.
like Fusion is canon, you'd prefer that Future instead? Like that's
But
so weird. Yeah.
I never thought they'd go back to Prime. Even if they're gonna make a Prime style game, I never thought they'd make Prime 4. So they're continuing that story.
Yeah.
Like we at least gotta assume that, unless it's some weird prequel thing.
Or, I mean, Prime 4 is really just... It's an indication of what kind of game it will be. It doesn't necessarily have to just be, in that same timeline after 3 or whatever. It could be somewhere else, but Prime 4
Just an easy way to communicate
it's
that.
a first-person game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing they're trying to
So we're
communicate
definitely...
And the thing is, that kind of announcement isn't pre-order now. That kind of announcement is trying to just say, like, we know it's coming. It's to relieve pressure.
They're stemming the time.
Yeah, it was actually a very un-Nintendo-like announcement.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't like to that was like something you expect out of like a Square. Oh my gosh, they're playing Mario. That's something you expect like a Square Enix to do. Like the game's never coming. It's years away. Like. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can keep talking while watching this. Too good. Purple coins are back.
Hat coins, baby.
You can pick them up.
These coins are good only in this kingdom.
Okay.
Ooh.
And they're all called kingdoms, which is interesting instead of worlds.
Okay.
Cappy.
But yeah,
His name-
that
his name is
announcement
Cappy.
was just like
Cappy.
that was you were perfect with that, Kyle. It was to relieve pressure. It was
Yeah.
like, hey, you've been wondering where the heck Metroid is. It's coming.
Has
Welcome
any
to New
Metroid
Donk
game?
City.
Sorry, has any Metroid game done time travel yet?
Never.
Metroid game done time travel?
Nuh-uh.
Prime
No.
hasn't. I know that much. But I haven't played that.
No.
Well, there you go. I mean, they could probably do whatever they want if
Checkpoint.
you involve
Main
time
Street.
travel.
There's some
Which-
cool time travel stuff
Mayor
in
Pauline.
Federation Force.
There you go. Mayor Pauline.
I'm joking. Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
did
said
they say Mayor
Overdrive,
Pauline?
right?
Yeah, the
there.
dialogue said Mayor Pauline.
Cool.
That is so cool.
Mayor Pauline, is that
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pauline's the mayor.
That's so cool to add her into a
Wait,
Mario game.
Can you jump on that street line? Get a
Oh my
coin.
gosh.
Please do it. No,
Get a
go
coin,
back.
dude.
Come on, do it.
No, hit the jump.
Come
though.
on.
Be good at the video game though. Oh.
He just gave up. He gave up.
He bailed on
Crazy
the
Cat
pressure.
store.
They're asking for low.
Oh
audio.
my
Can
gosh.
they do that?
So okay,
Yes.
Do you,
Yes.
Damiani, do you want them to hear low audio? and
yeah, put low audio because this is like.
But the thing is,
It's them talking constantly.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Sorry,
then
Chad.
never
Yeah,
mind.
but you can
We're
hear
not
the
gonna
game
do
Never
sound
mind.
effects,
Sorry, I
so
thought
you
it was
keep
like
really low.
It would just be
That
really
roll was
confusing to
interesting.
hear us.
Wall
Yeah.
jumping
That's
off
what
that
you're
stuff.
right.
That's good. Oh, I just love how open.
Oh
this
my
is.
gosh, just hit the block.
Please.
Oh my god.
The hardest.
There you go.
Good God.
So this is not a hub world.
No. This is a kingdom.
So that person. Had to
There's
do what?
Mayor Pauline. Go talk to her, Mario.
All right, what's the quest?
Go talk to her,
Go,
Mario.
please,
Just playing
please.
drums in
Get
the-
close.
You gotta initiate the cannon.
He's like, no.
Nah, we're gonna go fling ourselves over
Oh,
here.
that's pretty cool.
It's so cool.
What is
What is this
Pauline
electri-
from?
Donkey Kong.
Oh, you see yourself across cables like that.
So she's who you rescue in
Football.
Donkey Kong, canonically, Ian.
Oh.
Wait, can you become the football?
Cannot become the football, but you can become the
The
rocket.
Mario,
Well, what's
Super
that guy
Mario
doing?
Brothers 2. Launch yourself up to some.
She already has a commemorative park, and she's the active
She's
mayor.
not dead?
She's not dead.
Launch.
Dude,
Where are you going?
yes.
Is that how you leave the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, no.
Oh, new
Oh,
section.
it's like Sunshine style subworlds.
Levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the Mario 2 rocket.
Huh.
So.
So it's kind of like a beanstalk.
This
in
is
a
where
way.
I do all my training.
Cool.
Sonic Ring.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So like it's just this is I think the world in which Donkey Kong takes place, the arcade Donkey Kong.
Oh my god. Yes, Kyle.
Yeah.
They're saying all the road names are references to Donkey Kong stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is
New Donk
fantastic.
City.
What an athlete.
That means Donkey Kong has
No
to make an
fall damage
appearance.
from
Oh, he's gonna show up.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna be like gritted teeth Donkey Kong though. Like
Boss
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
That's Cranky Kong when he's younger.
Yeah, exactly. Young Cranky.
He's
Young
a boss
Cranky.
fight. He's a boss fight, Kyle. But
Yeah.
then he like joins up with you. You have to prove
You're
your
gonna fall
strength.
right there.
Yeah.
Drop.
Foot stomp.
Your
Not gonna do
dream.
it.
He's not feeling
Your
brave.
favorite stuff.
Not feeling bold.
You guys, Odyssey in the chat said something I think we should all hear.
What's
We're
that?
going to be playing this game in 4 months.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play this game today.
Like, sorry guys.
Wow.
Okay. So half moon. Super Mario World.
Bye,
You
Lucy.
got a moon. You got a moon.
Oh weird. They do like
The date you got
little
it.
date, yeah.
That is very strange, actually.
Achievements are coming.
Almost like an achievement.
Yeah. Oh my,
My date will say today.
goodness.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Release
a selfie
date
with it. All right, so
Hours.
Yeah, what's up with that football? That's suspicious.
I
I
want
think
him
it's
to
just to
become-
play
I
around.
really want
Become
to
the football, please.
become that man. playing
He
the
threw his
guitar.
hand at it and it just bounced off. I think there's a bunch of stuff around that's just there to
He
play
did a
with.
bad toss.
That came
Yeah.
from Splatoon.
Yeah.
That traversal, that
was
came
exactly-
from Splatoon. Yeah.
Ben, you're right.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I am.
Another one here. Let's go up the building.
Yeah.
The link between Worlds 2D stuff for like a split
Yeah,
second
that-
in the
that was-
trailer is
that was
super
cool, too.
awesome. I hope we get a lot of that actually.
Ben, kind of a Sonic Adventure vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. This Kingdom has definitely had that from the start.
What's at the top?
Blood's
What
already
if
in it.
Sonic's
Oh my
just
gosh.
standing in a corner?
What if he's at the top of this building?
Hey.
Hey.
And he's like, go
Donkey
get the
Kong,
chaos.
yeah.
This is where I do all my training.
King Kong
It's
appeared.
weird
He's
because
like,
like
Oh,
Donkey
first
Kong.
person. I
Wow.
love that.
I think we
first in
know
Mario
that like we're not gonna
No,
go to
no,
that
no,
whole
no, no, no.
Yeah, we're not
environment.
going all those places.
I played too many
That's the
Spider-Man
map.
games. I just want to jump off
Do
and
it.
web sling around.
Jump.
Show us the fall
Jump.
damage. Look at the counter.
Can you do
That's
a
an interesting
3-mile butt stomp?
Jump.
Please jump.
Do a long
You
jump.
just said Super Mario.
Go
Sunshine.
talk to Mayor Pauline, please.
Yeah. She's canon.
It's okay. But
Oh.
I love having the precision camera tilting again.
Oh, yeah.
Not the
Precision.
fixed increments. So good.
That right analog stick, baby.
The music is actually super low, and they might have turned it down for the show, or maybe there isn't any when you're downtown, but we don't have the audio on for these guys when they're asking. But there doesn't seem to be any music.
Well, we're spending most of the time just watching it. So
Oh, yeah.
are we
Okay.
gonna focus on this for the next half an hour? Or do you want to like talk about that weird Yoshi game that I wish was Animal Crossing instead?
Oh, no Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So how'd you feel about no Animal Crossing?
I'm upset that we did not get Animal Crossing, yet we got this weird Yoshi game that looks identical to the last Yoshi game that came out. It's like we literally we would just go to Michael's and just grab any kind of art craft you can. The next one will be Yoshi pencils, and it's just it'll all be pencil drawn art, and then we got to do crayons, and then we got to do silly putty. We got to get through that. We did yarn, pottery. Got to go do the Yoshi pottery game.
God, I miss your ranting, Jones.
But really, I like, and I'm not saying these weird Yoshi games. I've played all of them. I liked them. Epic Yarn, I really, really liked. It's just is that's what Yoshi is now?
I mean, it looks
so
like
the need to do that they were like Animal Crossing Yoshi. Clearly, this Yoshi game has to happen.
Oh no, I think that's what
because rotating a thing to the other side of the world is going to blow everybody's
They
mind.
probably just weren't ready
Yoshi's
for it.
Silly Putty DLC.
It looked like it was riffing off of Super Paper Mario's concept, changing the perspectives and stuff like that. So just like the evolution of that. That was the concept.
But they did. I mean, they didn't show anything in that gameplay where I was like, "Oh, it was just that's the other side of that house." They're like, I didn't need to swap to even go. He goes through a house at one point to grab a bunch of coins, then pops out another door, and I was like, it was kind of neat to see what color the backside of that house was.
Meant to be that challenging, though, as Bo was saying. They're just supposed to be tranquil, soothing.
But I think it's fair to say Jones wasn't impressed.
Oh yeah.
Well, they said 2018, so Animal Crossing earliest is 2019.
No,
because that was
Animal Crossing could still easily be next year.
Just on a random direct or something, or we got to wait another year for
so
that
I
announcement.
think the Kirby
Throw
game
your hat over
and
those.
that Yoshi game we'll see earlier in 2018.
The Kirby game looks amazing.
They won't be fall games.
Oh, yeah, Kirby.
Because that's refreshing. That's we haven't had this kind of Kirby on a console.
You have to knock the hat off.
We have
first.
But
like that on Wii.
you will find a lot of asset overlap with that Kirby game and the 3DS games. It's actually a lot of this stuff is just reused. And so I expect to see that game pretty soon.
Can you imagine the pressure of playing a Mario game live for the first time ever?
Nerve-wracking.
Yes, I can.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I can imagine that pressure. That's what we do all the time, man.
but a Mario game no one's ever seen before.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're their first entry into it. Yeah.
They opened the show with that montage with 4 games. They had FIFA 18, which, as you saw, it's getting its own unique mode for Switch, but it's not getting the one mode that all the other versions are getting.
Alex Hunter.
Yeah, and it's.
I don't care.
You don't care.
No, do people care they don't have Alex Hunter on the Switch? Oh,
is he doing this on purpose? Why? What are you doing?
Yeah, that was a bad job.
I think the biggest thing from the montage though was the Rocket League.
Oh, I'm sorry, time out. This is actually incredibly interesting. You don't lose lives, you lose coins.
You lose 10 coins if you die.
Yeah.
Nice.
Economy,
really important.
Heck yeah.
But he already has 333 coins.
Yeah,
there's coins everywhere. But
I bet those hats
hats
are really expensive.
could be very expensive,
Yeah.
1,000 for a hat or 2,000 or something.
Ooh.
I think that's cool because lives are kind of a redundancy in Mario anyway. You always have basically
Absolutely.
unlimited lives.
Absolutely.
So I feel more penalized for dying.
Yeah.
That it's taking coins away.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
They're going for the soul style.
I have another theory because
it's exactly the same.
Because it says 2 in the top. I bet we can expand our HP.
Yeah.
Throughout
With
the game.
coins, you pay up.
Pay up.
Yeah.
Pay up. Get your hats.
The mini worlds where you're actually collecting stuff looks a lot more like 3D World than, say, the Mario 64s or Sunshines that people were hoping for, though. You noticing that?
Oh, yeah.
Smaller bite-sized kind of levels, but like a big, broad world to explore. I kind of hope that the big, broad worlds have more.
You just got 2, the moons or the stars. Just got 2 of those without being jacked out of the world or anything like that. Just
this is going to be a good video.
Look at
You
that
don't get
background
pushed
art.
over the
Key
world.
art.
That dinosaur. Oh my gosh.
We're back.
Like the world map, so that's pretty cool. Rocket League.
Yeah.
Was part of the initial montage. They spent time near the end talking about that unique Mario or Nintendo themed items. Heard some people say that it's a big deal that Rocket League is going to be on Switch. Do you feel that deserved a place? Does everyone,
I was surprised we didn't see more stuff like this.
That's a great
games that aren't necessarily they don't necessarily need to be bleeding edge graphics. That aren't something, you know, like a Skyrim where like, okay, this experience is a little bit compromised, or like a Mass Effect Andromeda, or something like just like it's these big, huge, you know, Persona 5. It's just like, oh, you know, is this game too big to be, you know, to be something that would fit onto this console? And so I was expecting actually more of that. Like, if there was any disappointment I was going to take from this, I thought it might be, you know, like loading up all of these games that I had already played before on other consoles but are now going to be available on Switch, which I think is cool, you know, because it's a fun console, it's portable, you know, if I'm going to be taking this on the bus, on the train, on the plane, like, and I want to play a game, I'm totally fine with playing a game that came out on Xbox or PS4 or PC that I just didn't get the chance to try out.
The thing that separates Rocket League, though, and what I could see people saying to themselves when they're deciding to get a Switch is, well, if I get a Switch, I can still play Rocket League with my Xbox friends or my PS4 friends. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
In terms of a secondary system.
Yeah, when they say that, like, I'm curious as to how, how inclusive that is.
Those
like,
Bowser posters.
Do you actually play with all consoles, or
so it's
gonna be all but PlayStation?
I think it's all.
Yeah, right now PlayStation 4 can play with PC and Xbox One can play with PC.
Yeah.
But PlayStation 4 can't.
Cannot.
So I don't know. It will be interesting to see if also the Switch can play with PC, but not also Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
It'll be actually really interesting to see how that plays out.
It seems to me like Microsoft is open to it, but Sony is not. That's kind of what I've seen.
Yeah, that was the report that came out about the Sony not agreeing
we're going to the cap shop.
for
Show me the
Minecraft.
prices.
Yeah, that was the reason, because Sony said no to crossplay functionality with the other platforms.
Which is interesting because the last time we heard about that specifically with Rocket League, they said they were open to it, but then I guess they're just not going to put any effort into it.
Rocket League is, Sony is not.
Gems.
Right.
Look, you get gear.
Kingdom.
So
Purple coins are unique to each kingdom, and gold coins are usable everywhere.
yes.
Yeah.
So is that just like
Everything
does
looks
it do
like
anything?
free.
Oh, there we go.
They
went
go
too fast.
through too
Purple
quick.
Yeah, I
coins
went
are
way too
everywhere.
fast.
Okay.
Chat,
I wonder if
you
the
let us
outfit
know.
is what gives you more hits.
Is that the
Yeah.
mount?
Yeah, it's the mount.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you let it close by the mount?
Are we all out of coins? We are.
They're
Oh my
decorations for the
goodness!
inside
Look
of
at
your
that,
ship.
Mario.
Triforce Heroes come to life here.
Those are decorations for your ship.
So it was the mount, but
They
yeah, it's
extended
just a simple decoration of it. No effect on your HP. I wonder if it's really just for the look.
It's
Might be a
got to do
different-
something.
We just got to
Different
finish a
stores.
quest with it too, right here. We're like,
Yeah,
I'm okay.
It has
We
to
couldn't
serve
get into this
something.
Oh yeah,
club
like you
unless
can't
he
come
was
to
all
our
dressed
party
up.
until
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
wonder
buy
if
that.
it
do
needs
something like
the
that.
sombrero to hijack certain enemies, maybe.
It looks like it has the exact same
That's interesting.
functionality.
Locked door. So
yeah, here we go.
Dress codes. There
Oh,
you go.
There it is.
Jones,
Yeah.
you nailed it, dude.
So snappy. Go right
So
in.
snappy.
So snappy.
Yeah.
And then this is another level.
Sub.
What is? Oh,
Everybody
dance.
dance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mario Party vibes.
This is a good video game.
Okay. Let's talk about the first big thing.
Wedding outfit.
Xenoblade
Bowser
Chronicles
Peach amiibo?
2, Ben.
Yeah.
What did you think about that trailer? What you saw in it?
The first thing that immediately caught my eye that I was excited about is just the quick shot that we got at the battle screen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the bar anymore. It seemed like that was relegated to this circle, so maybe it'll be easier to access your different arts. That would be really exciting. And it just seemed a lot cleaner overall to me at first glance. I want to take another look at it. I thought the characters looked good. I want to go back and see the party members at that very last screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the Nopon party member, but some of the lines on first listen sounded a little rough.
Yeah.
And so I am a little bit worried about that.
They're weird ones to choose for the trailer
Yeah.
for sure.
And the whole thing you brought up at some point, the thing about the character, what's her face, being a blade.
A blade, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and that was
that
confirmed.
that was confirmed. And other people have their own blades as
Right.
well, so that seems to be the rule of the world. So that's kind of cool. You did see towards the end like a lot of those giant monsters like moving around.
Yep.
I can't remember if like anything was talking about what we talked about earlier about like the actual world moving around, but like there was definitely the giant creatures thing going on there.
Yeah.
It got just revved up towards the end. I was like, yes. And then the giant environments they showed at the end. The first part of the trailer seemed really story driven, like, and a few combat scenes. I didn't see like They didn't really capture like the scale that I was looking for. So I was getting a little nervous, like, where like the big zones, and then it got to it at the end. I was like, okay, yes, it has everything I'm looking for. It does. Everything I saw about it makes me think of OG Xenoblade more than X,
that's a great point.
Which makes me feel a lot better about. Here we go. Oh gosh, sorry guys. Here's the Link Between Worlds part.
Oh, the pipe.
Do we have any sort of treehouse schedule?
No.
They
have that when they're broadcasting. Oh yes,
That looks so good.
They have when they're broadcasting.
That
I don't think they have a
shimmer?
rundown.
I just want to see Xenoblade.
That wall shimmer?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Dude, this game is amazing.
So we can confirm 2 more things. So basically, your hat does talk to you, Ben.
Oh, that's hot.
Wow.
That's hot.
And he's a ghost.
How do you even do that?
Wizardry.
How do you even
wizard,
do that?
Mario.
Yeah.
So basically, you have
Sorry,
a ghost.
Kyle?
You have a ghost who inhabits the hats.
Okay.
So and he talks to you. He right when you were sinking in the sand, he's just like jump to not sink in the sand, and you saw his image. And
Okay,
it's a
so
ghost.
he's Eslo from
Yes.
Minish Cap. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
here we
that's a
go.
good
This is part from the
analogy, yeah.
trailer.
Yo, butt stomp right there. Do it.
Yeah.
Show us-
Obviously,
show us-
those
show
little
us
lumps
this.
are butt stomp areas.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this.
The desert has been frozen by Bowser.
That's why everyone's like shivering.
That's
right?
why everyone's cold, yeah.
That's
Bowser. Look at
excellent.
Can
Bowser's
you
a
interact with
bully.
the ice?
So you're
or
like
anything in
you're
the
like
forest?
going
Yes,
to
I'm sure you can.
you're like going to try to figure out why it's like frozen and fix it.
I admit it.
A lot of coins.
Took a long time.
Oh, but you don't lose your powers.
He's
You just take damage.
Bowser is especially mean-spirited
Yeah, you had to
in
buy
this
it and
one.
equip it, so-
Come on, no,
Come on,
you
dude.
gotta bounce.
Especially mean-spirited is
Yeah.
what he said.
He's taking it to the next level in this game. He's really
Bowser's having a jolly time.
Before he was just conquering a kingdom.
Oh my gosh, I'm so worried this person's gonna die.
Now he's especially
Show us what's at the
mean-spirited.
top. Oh, it's just
He's making it personal.
I want that to be on the back of the
The
box.
hopping out
this
like
time.
is
Especially
so crazy.
The hopping out is amazing.
This is pretty good.
Is this it? Oh, do you have to collect multiples of these to get the full moon? Is that the idea?
No.
No.
They're like stars.
No. But
Probably
those, they were green. You saw 2 green moon icons in the top left.
Yeah.
But does that mean that
I think
you have
maybe there are 2 in the level.
They're
Those,
coll-
he
yeah.
already collected those. So when you
Yeah.
collect one, it adds
I see,
to
but
that count.
that's just a full regular star.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to
And then what we saw in the trailer was him like loading those moons into his ship, and then it was like fueling it up.
Okay.
So I think that's how we unlock new worlds, is collecting a certain amount of moons.
They change when they come. Oh.
This is later in the level. They skipped ahead.
Look at that. You get. Oh yes.
Oh my god, they transitioned too.
Hold Y to accelerate.
Oh, he broke the wall.
Oh, that's really cool.
And you can go under there. Nice. Oh, this is
Yeah,
everything
Oh,
here.
come on, dude.
He's
Mario.
steered
Feel the pressure. He's feeling the
It's
pressure.
Mario for
Yeah.
you. We talked a little bit about Yoshi already. We talked about Kirby. We talked about Xenoblade.
So I think Yoshi and Kirby are interesting announcements in that they are not huge. Those are not huge games.
but they're
I do expect to see them
staple IPs, and they're
early
saying,
2018.
yeah, they're coming. There's something from those coming.
But I don't see that as a big effort Kirby game. I see that as
No.
the
Yeah.
3DS team using their 3DS assets.
Yeah,
dude.
because wasn't it originally during the 25th anniversary thing announced that it was going to be a 3DS multiplayer game?
I think we're still going to see that today.
So okay,
Yeah.
so you think they're going to be separate?
I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think they did not want 3DS to be any
All
part
right,
of this presentation.
that makes sense. Let's see, Fire Emblem Warriors. The
Sure.
decision to not show any gameplay.
Yeah.
And
that's
just focus
weird.
on the story trailer. And I think it originally said it said second half of 2017. Still coming out in 2017. It said fall.
I know we were complaining a lot about Yoshi, but to me that was maybe the worst trailer.
That's
of
a
the
very
whole
bad
thing.
trailer.
Oh, Fire Emblem. Yeah.
Well, you knew the game was existing. You know, it was like
Yeah.
as far as game reveals go.
Wait, the
These are
Bowser and his family are an evil wedding planning firm? Is that true? That's what he just said.
in this
I
game,
can't
yeah.
tell if he was joking or not.
Well, no, Bowser's trying to marry
That
Peach,
hat,
I
though.
think.
Boss fight.
But like
Yeah.
that's their
Boss fight.
Hey, look, Jones' walls went up.
Yeah.
Kyle, walls went up.
Yeah.
You hate those.
So like,
Knock it back.
there's Rabbids,
Yeah.
but then
Attack,
there's
dude.
Rabbits.
Yeah, these are just straight up rabbits.
There you go.
Look at all those coins.
Um,
UFO?
Oh, that's really cool.
Wait,
Oh.
what if
I'm
what
having
if
some
Odyssey
Turtles in Time
and
flashbacks right now.
I feel like this game is you're just screaming at Nintendo, make a Mario game, make a Mario game. And it's like, what do you want? This is what I want. This is what I
Yeah.
want but can't articulate.
Oh my god.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. Fire Emblem, I think they thought the appeal was like, look, it's Marth, it's Chrom, aren't you happy? It's like, that's not...
But we already knew.
Yeah.
Well, it's bothersome because I think they're doing the classic Nintendo thing of, well, we're going to be showing gameplay at our treehouse in a day and a half, so let's just mention it.
Yeah.
I just don't think they understood the appeal of that game in particular.
But they didn't even have it, like, they could have just flashed an interesting character, an unexpected character.
Yeah, like,
I know
no
they're
new
primarily...
character reveal or anything.
They've come out and said that they're focusing very heavily on Awakening and Fates characters.
Sure.
But...
Like, the story in a Warriors
sold
game
the
is not
best.
necessarily what you're, like, hanging on. You know?
No, but the characters I am.
But
Of course.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking back to Hyrule Warriors. Like,
It wasn't interesting until they showed the weirdos.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally to Ben's point.
Yeah.
Like, Hyrule Warriors was cool when they started showing weirdos.
Oh, the move from Majora's Mask is gonna crash to the ground.
And those
Yeah,
weren't like
Warriors.
deep cuts, right? Those are pretty like
those were
traditional
those-
expected Fire Emblem characters.
Those were the
exactly.
shallowest of cuts. Yes.
It was the cream, just scooping right.
It was like
off
a
the top.
back scratch, if
You
anything.
said that you when you take damage, you blink like in the 2D game.
Noodles.
the
You
iframe
fight them
thing.
multiple
Yeah.
times and you get stronger.
Before I
Of
forget,
course,
so when they showed off also Kingdom Battles. They did show it off.
Yeah.
Remember earlier I was talking about I was worried about the exploration stuff. They showed them doing puzzles and stuff in the exploration area.
Oh, there he is in Ghost
There was
form.
like way more to do. Oh.
Hey,
so-
when she disappeared,
you're
when she
right,
got
Ben.
beat right there, some Galaxy Starbits came out.
Nice.
That's called a
You got a
Grand
Moon.
He called the enemies the Brutals,
Grand
and he
Moon,
said that you
Grand
fight
Star.
them over multiple times over the course of the game, and they get stronger.
They get cooler hats.
Brutals?
Yeah.
The Brutals get cooler
The
hats.
Brutals.
Bowser and the Brutals?
Yeah. And they're an evil wedding planning corporation.
That looks amazing!
That looks really good.
Oh my goodness!
They look so need to buy. They're both reaching out to her, and she's like, "Who do I choose?
She can't choose.
Who do I choose?"
Wow.
Oh dear.
How could she choose?
Too much.
They're both so handsome.
Oh my god!
Oh, that is a fantastic looking Mario, though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he really,
They're
really,
going to make
he
18
really
of those
sports
for the
that suit
entire
well.
world.
Yeah. They don't think we want them.
That unlocks Bowser in the game.
Oh my goodness.
Playable Bowser coming.
I got a Zelda question for Michael
Yeah, what's
Damiani.
up?
What do you
Yeah.
think those four new Zelda amiibo do?
Unlock outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And items.
Yeah.
They'll probably unlock the.
Yeah, they work probably the same way.
They'll probably work the same way. They'll probably be retailer exclusive. One will be at Best Buy, one will be at Amazon, one will be at GameStop, and one will be at Toys R Us.
If you could only have one amiibo, Damiani, what would it be out of those four?
Out of those four? No, I would destroy them.
So help
Make
me
them
with
not
names.
exist.
Help me with names,
Right,
Damiani,
right.
because I think that basically
Daruk.
for the Zora, you're going to get Ocarina Zora costume. You know what I mean? And to make her look like the princess from Ocarina. And I think for Daruk...
Oh, you make her look like Rudo?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Oh, you
Well,
mean
yeah,
you get a
yours.
Darunia outfit?
Yeah, when you drop those amiibo in, I think
So
that's
you
like...
get like Medley from the Wind Waker or Prince Kamali from
Yeah,
Wind
yeah.
Waker for...
Urbosa.
And Urbosa would be Naburu.
Yeah. I totally think that's exactly what those are going to be. You can draft that tweet now.
The year of drafting tweets, Kyle Bossman.
Or you'll get their.
I hope
outfits
that
for
they,
Link.
I hope they do not make them retailer exclusive. That'll be the dumbest thing.
Mhm.
I hope there's no supply. Like they make a lot of those. They're not hard to find.
Why would you
Especially-
hope either of those things, though? Like,
Because if they're especially if they're tied to the, they say they're going to work in the DLC. Like, don't make those rare. Come on, like, be smart about this.
Those Odyssey amiibo are already sold out.
Yeah, they already got pre-order. We missed the pre-order train.
Yeah, that's
Amazon
gone.
already sold out.
Amiibo, they give you different costumes and they have abilities.
Cool.
But the Zelda DLC announcement, it was cool to see in action what they talk about for DLC Pack 1, especially the sword Trial of Swords.
The
which
Trial
is-
of the Sword, yeah.
Trial of the Sword, cave ordeals type thing. More than just floors of enemies, actual objectives, like cool looking environments ripped from the game. Put in
Verticality.
there. Like looks way more
Honestly.
intriguing. So that changed my opinion about that mode. Everything else looked what I kind of expected about it.
New Donk City.
And then just the tease about
Dude,
the
that's the
Grand
booth.
Champions.
That's the booth.
Oh wow.
New Donk City.
Oh wow.
Bam. There's 3DSs there. I was wrong. They actually have 3DSs playable in the corner. Just thought 3DSs would be there.
But yeah, DLC
You look
Pack
at the
2, that
city,
announcement
man. Look
was
at that.
like,
Yeah.
Not enough.
Disneyland.
it was not enough.
Not enough.
Straight up
I know
Disneyland.
it has something to do with the champions, but I need details.
Is it really like? Is it implying that we play as them, or do we
know.
do like
I
quests?
need
You're gonna
answers.
come out. Did you like it? Like, what'd you show us? What are we supposed to like?
Yeah.
I need.
What were we supposed to
and
like?
Holiday, I knew it was going to come out at the
You
end
know
of the
what
year.
bugs me is that we've known about Pack 1 for a good long while now, and they still don't have a date.
They told you though, June 30th.
Oh, shit,
okay.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Pack 2. It said Holiday.
Yeah.
June 30th
No,
is
okay.
Pack 1.
Totally missed it.
Was
My
it
bad.
June 30th or July?
June 30th.
So
Oh man, that's soon.
to me, Pack 2 is
I
like a
was really
worst case
hoping
scenario,
that would drop, like,
Damiani.
now.
What do you mean worst case scenario?
I would like it. I would have liked a prequel. I would have liked a sequel that takes place after the story. The last thing I wanted was something that takes place during the story.
But we don't
We
even
don't know.
We do.
You don't know that yet.
My money's
You
on a
have no
prequel.
idea.
My money's on a prequel.
Yeah, I really do
'Cause
think
a
it's
lot of
gonna
the
go
stuff
back
they
in
showed
time.
showed like the cutscenes we've seen from them from the
They
game.
did, but they also
Yeah.
showed
And so I think
stuff
it's-
with the
Sorry, what?
Divine Beast already active as well in some of the footage. Like they showed the lasers shooting at Hyrule Castle.
I think it's
so
kind of like where we
it's
were
like-
now. It's like we're
Yeah.
starting here and then like
Yeah.
like go back.
Like yeah,
fill in the gaps of the
hinges
story.
so much on DLC Pack 2. Like my overall thoughts on the whole DLC with that.
Let me tell you exactly what it is. It is those characters going through their trials when they went through the temples. That's what that
So
game
we're
is going
literally
to
going
be.
to go back to the same temples again.
If
Yeah.
we go back to the same temples,
No.
that's awful.
That's what is going to happen.
Terrible idea.
And
No,
here's
I
it's
don't
been
think
Either
promised.
they try and master
They've only
quest it-
promised one
no.
new temple. They promised one new
One new
temple.
dungeon.
Yeah, and that's Zelda. You saw 4 characters in Zelda. Zelda,
Oh, yeah.
you'll be playing as Zelda in the new temple, but everyone else will be going through those exact same temples we already played as. You get to that
That's your
boss.
speculation.
That is, it's my
your spec-
speculation. Lock it in.
Dare you
Dude,
say
if
draft
that's
that
true-
tweet?
If that's true, boo.
That is what it
Are
is.
you drafting that
I don't
tweet
wanna
right
go
now?
through the
Kyle?
same
Yeah, I'm
dungeons
drafting that
again.
tweet.
We don't send any of these.
Yeah, you just save it in
We're
drafts.
just drafting them.
You're just
We
saving
got
drafts,
them ready to go. Yeah, it was whatever.
That was
I didn't
what
know
was
if they were going
implied.
to bring it up, but I was hoping for at least like some footage or a trailer, or at least information about DLC Pack 2.
Yeah.
Other than a name and what it involved. Like
Do we bring out Enuma during the treehouse though, and we get more information?
Yes.
I mean, they-
Yeah.
probably.
It's very likely.
What a
yeah.
bad trailer, though.
Yeah,
Bad trailer.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
I'm with
like,
you. I'm with you.
But it's like those weren't like hidden characters. It's not like you need to play the game to understand who those are. They're like recognizable races. Like we know, like you play that game for like just a couple hours and you like get caught up in the story that like these were 4 important people. They tried something before you and failed. And so like really showing the art and going like character by character. It's like we have to be playing as them, or you know at the very least doing some challenge that they're like actively there in the game world with us
in the quest,
and not just like showing up as ghosts later.
We will see. I have a. So we're obviously talking about Rocket League, talked about Rabbids. I want to, after seeing this showcase, how do you feel about third parties in Nintendo? What else did they show regarding third party stuff? Oh, obviously like
With
Elder
FIFA?
Scrolls, FIFA,
FIFA, Rocket League, yeah.
Yeah, but like any of the stuff we talked about, like none of that.
Right.
Not a single thing from any of those companies showed up. Not just like games we speculated, but like announcements of any kind regarding those companies and any kind of support for Switch. So that's a tiny bit alarming to me.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I think don't be alarmed. I think we'll see more throughout the treehouse. I think that
that's like I'm waiting. Maybe they have more during the treehouse, but
here's the thing:
the fact that none of those were nothing was highlighted other than Rocket League, which is yes, I'm not gonna downplay that importance, but there's like nothing else.
If I were to advise them, if I worked at Nintendo and I said, here's what you should go after, Rocket League would be almost top of that list. FIFA also makes sense. And so I think they demonstrated the big ones. I think we'll see smaller third parties throughout the thing. But like let's say Tales is just like the last Tales game that came out on PS4. That wouldn't belong in that 25-minute presentation.
I completely agree with
You
that.
forgot Skyrim.
Skyrim again.
Yeah,
I was trying to ignore it.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Yep.
You don't have to see Skyrim. The fact that
That ugly Link.
He's
He's so
had
funny.
to talk about Skyrim.
Look, they keep showing him from the back. They never show him from the
It's
front.
gross.
Because that would be the most jarring.
Okay, my worst fear
But
wasn't
you kind of get the
realized.
side angle with the blonde hair a little bit.
At least my worst fear wasn't realized. He didn't like say, "Hey, we talked about Skyrim. Here's the amiibo in here. Now here's your Skyrim amiibo in
At least
Breath
that
of the
didn't
Wild,
happen. At least that
unlocking
didn't happen.
Skyrim." I was like,
Yeah.
"Don't you dare
would be so
do
funny.
that!
Yeah.
Don't you dare do that!"
It's the double heat in the Breath of the Wild.
It's like the dragon shows up and like you got a new mount to fly across Hyrule, and I was like, "Oh."
I have a question
That
for the
wouldn't be
panel
too
based
bad.
on this stuff. Would you, let's say that Nintendo only has so much resource to share between one or the other, which is a typical Nintendo thing. Would you rather have them do a few crossovers that are as good as Mario plus Rabbids? Or would you rather have just a whole bunch of games ported over that don't really do anything except exist on the Switch.
I mean, I think they need unique third-party games. They've tried the port thing, but the last time they tried to go heavy with that, honestly, was with Wii. And you got a lot of like downgraded things and special versions for Wii.
Yeah, those
and
are so
some worked
sad.
okay, and especially sales-wise, some did okay. Most did not. And I think that's where a lot of them jumped, like just got off the train at that point.
Yeah, well especially with Wii U, with
once
the
Wii
really
U hit,
weird late ports.
Wii U was like, we'll give you some late ports near launch, and that's all you're getting from us. Like, good luck with that, Nintendo. Like more of Mario. That's what when I asked in the pre-show. More partnerships like Mario and Rabbids. More than just like, hey, Skylanders, here's a unique Bowser and Donkey Kong figure for your game. That was not enough to help like Skylanders propel itself, leveraging the Nintendo IPs. They need to go to Sega and be like, hey, we want to make like a Mario and Sonic like platforming game involving Sonic characters. Or Sega, here, besides Mario and Sonic, choose one of our IPs. And I think, hey, you make Valkyria Chronicles? Take Fire Emblem from us and make like a Fire Emblem game.
I hear you, but I think it's just a matter of time. I think Mario and Rabbids, to me, is potentially the best looking crossover they've had. I think this whole philosophy really started with Hyrule Warriors, and you're seeing an evolution of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if next year we had another crazy collaboration like this. Like Mario and Rabbids is enough for now. I think it will continue to slowly expand, but it doesn't happen immediately.
And I think the good thing about Mario and Rabbids is that it's not using a lot of the resources. It's a lot of Ubisoft resources.
Ubisoft,
yeah, and I think that's a good thing about that. I think that's why we're getting that this year in addition to everything else.
Ubisoft supporting Nintendo for so long, like sticking with them, is one of the reasons Nintendo is like going that step further of here, you can take Mario and run wild with this and not make a platformer. I think did the same thing obviously with like Hyrule Warriors and now do with Fire Emblem with the Muso game spin-offs like. That's like so. Zelda. This is like insane what they did with that. I was like,
but I wonder.
Great.
You mentioned. I think you said this. Koei Tecmo like doing the next in a series, like not just taking a series and putting it in something that's already established, but doing the next step. I wonder if Koei Tecmo is not allowed to do that after Metroid Other M. Like the response and sales to
they
that.
blew it.
I don't, but I mean,
they were given that.
I know you mentioned this to me once, Blood, and I kind of agree with you. I don't think the game's faults lied with the with Other M, Team Ninja. I don't think it was with the game, the gameplay. I think it was the story with that game had a lot to do with the backlash against that game.
Sakamoto is his name?
Yeah.
I think it was him.
I'll be brutal. He
He
pulled a George Lucas. He did a prequel trilogy to the Metroid. They let him have another crack at like writing a great story, and then everyone's like, "Wait a second, what? Like you made Super Metroid? What is this? Like what are you doing to Samus?"
Well, there's also the fact that they limited themselves to basically just the Wii remote, and that design like made it. You know, like I think they did a good job with that design, but there's a lot wanting there, and the main thing was just that it took so much work to make that control scheme happen that the rest of like the typical Metroid gameplay didn't expand beyond what we already knew.
Because I got a lot of complaints about how linear it was compared to most other Metroid games, and it probably was because they had to spend so much time with that. That makes me wonder now with Prime 4's announcement. Is it just Nintendo like we gotta play it safe? Like let's look back. Prime games sold very well, critically acclaimed. Like let's just go back to those. That makes me worry about the risk taking.
I don't know about playing it safe,
like,
but I think it's more of
down.
a sure bet.
Yeah, that's why like that announcement was so flat to me. To be honest with you, is like
let's wait and see who's working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is extremely important to know who's behind that. But let's assume it is retro by some chance. But that's good. Now people are gonna be like, oh, we'll look back at the trilogy. What would we want to see them do different? Like it's a very safe and like good projection for Metroid from that foundation.
Honestly, I would argue that Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 in their own way were all pretty risky. Like, I don't think this necessarily being called Prime 4 means that it won't do interesting things.
So, as you were answering, it made me think I could be completely wrong. This might not be anything like Prime. I don't think they'll necessarily do this. Go with me for a second.
Okay.
What if they're calling it Prime 4 and it's just the perspective's the same, but what if they do something completely different with the game's style? Like you saw what they did with Breath of the Wild, make it like, go open world and stuff. Like,
Right.
what if they try and adapt one of those new unique philosophies and merge it with the Prime like perspective, like that type of game?
I don't think you can hope for that. I think
You really think they're just gonna literally just do an evolution of like Prime, like 1, 2, and 3, and it's
Exactly.
like, this is where Prime 4 would have gone.
to Blood's point, when it was first introduced, I don't think it will even be called Metroid Prime 4 when it comes out. I think they said Metroid Prime 4 so you know exactly what kind of game to expect. I think that's what that announcement was.
Well, I don't think necessarily exactly, but I think, a first-person exploration-based game.
Yeah.
And I think that's about as detailed as you can get about it.
Yeah.
I think that, they could do all kinds of different things with abilities. They could, break away those barriers between zones.
Yeah,
there's a lot that they
like
could
the
do with
loading
it.
and stuff. Like if you see, it's like, remember, Prime 3 Corruption was 10 years ago. The game came out a decade ago.
Yep.
It's been a decade, so you really think it's gonna be that something? It's gonna be different.
I don't think there's reason to be cynical. In that
I
moment.
think it's optimistic. Yeah, you should be optimistic, Kyle.
Okay.
I know that the name sounds safe and like it might give those connotations, but I think when we see something of it, it's gonna surprise us. Like that is what I truly believe.
So Metroid Prime, the franchise. Sorry, we don't have to belabor this too much, but Ben, I kind of disagree that it like got more dangerous as it went on.
Not necessarily more dangerous, but I didn't feel like they were doing the same thing in all 3 games.
Right. I think it was getting worse. I think you started with Metroid Prime, a simple, complete, great game, and then they said, what can we add? And then by 3, I think they said, what can we add to compete with other games? And that's why we have multiple characters and multiple worlds and dialogue and things like that.
Sure, that's a good counter-argument, because easily my favorite Prime of the 3 is 1.
Yeah, and so, like, the direction Prime went in makes me discouraged about 4, but you're making me think maybe it can go, like, it does not necessarily mean it's going to follow the trajectory.
Yeah, I don't
of the
think
Prime
it is.
series.
I think they're gonna like take a look at it. They're gonna look at what made some of their best Metroid games popular. I think you're gonna get something. I think you're gonna see it take more inspiration from like Super Metroid and what Prime 1 did well. Come up with something a little bit new and go in that direction. Because I think they're just gonna take the philosophy that applied to like Breath of the Wild. Like, what are the things people liked about old Zeldas? What do we need to do new? Like. Nothing is sacred.
I would love that.
I do think it's a series that at this point they know they have to nail it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna just phone it in any way.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
Like I think they put a lot behind this game.
Quick heads up, their world premiere announcing a 3DS game right now.
Okay.
Cool.
Headphones up? You want to just sound up on this?
I'll put sound up on it. I don't know what it is.
Metroid.
I bet it is. I bet this is a 2D Metroid. It totally is!
It is!
It's a 2D Metroid.
Metroid.
Those rumors about
Metroid
2
Prime
Metroids.
3.5. Who's developing this?
The rumors were on point.
We're going Fusion Prime style here.
Whoa.
Holy cow!
I don't know, art-wise.
Yeah.
I love the art.
Like the proportions.
So is this just Super Metroid, but
I mean,
like, it's all cinematic. Show me the
real
gameplay.
gameplay.
yeah.
It's just a chunky
What
polygon.
if this is next level? What if they like got to make them back to back?
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Whoa!
alright.
What?
That looks
Action.
actually
You've got a very
Yes, like-
Parry system,
God.
baby. That's rapid fire.
I'm
Boy.
shocked
Is this
this is
a
on
Metroid
the
2?
show.
Yeah.
Do you think you're using the
Nintendo's
stylus?
been doing this for the last few years. They released
awesome.
What if it is, Blood?
Dude, Kyle, would have been
It's
so
all
much more.
Metroid 2 stuff.
Yeah, how much more effective would it have been?
At first I was like,
if they
no.
led with this, and then after they showed this, oh my god,
This is Metroid 2 remake.
yeah, is it?
You know?
Whoa.
Dude.
It is.
Returns
Samus
is Metroid
Returns is
2.
the subtitle.
wow!
Wow!
It is
I don't know
Metroid
how I
2.
feel about that after another Metroid 2 remake, though.
This got bumped for
That's so weird to not have in the spotlight.
Who's involved
Oh my
in
god.
Guys, yes.
That's cool. And what a title now?
Who's
Yeah.
developing?
They haven't said.
I need it.
I'm here with Teresa and Tim, and we have two
Nintendo
very special
is
guests with
innocent.
us. We have
That was pretty fun.
Sakamoto-san.
It's
who's the
Sakamoto!
Metroid
But this is a good
series,
point.
as
Kind
well
of what
as
we're talking
Jose
about with
from
Prime.
Mercury
Like
Steam,
this
so
feels
thank you
very
so much for
Mercury
listening.
Steam. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's what they wouldn't let us walk over
Mercury
there
Steam.
But they
They're like,
but
you
they
can't go
botched
over there.
they botched Castlevania.
Yes, they botched Castlevania, dude.
Yeah, big time. And that looks really good. When we first
I'm
saw that.
putting my
Right, there's a lot of
headphones down
emotions.
Alright.
Conflicting.
But all of this seems in line with what Nintendo seems to be doing. It's like we get a
This
Zelda.
is why they sent a cease and desist to another Metroid.
Yeah, exactly.
That is why.
We get a Zelda clearly is going back to the roots, is kind of reevaluating the franchise and going back to like what makes Zelda great. Like I'm seeing a Mario that I've been waiting for like a decade, like is finally going back. Like we have a new Yoshi game and a new Kirby game just called Yoshi and Kirby. They're just
For now.
like
No, they'll have more names.
Of course,
Yeah.
but like for now, like we just want to let you know that like we're taking care of Kirby.
Yeah.
We're taking care. Like obviously, like a new Donkey Kong was missing from the show, but like we got a great Donkey Kong reveal in Rabbids when like Donkey Rabbids showed up. Like New Donk City is like the big thing they're focusing on. It's like the booth at the show. So like he does have a presence. Like he is being mentioned. It just seems like with the launch of the new console, everybody's so excited about this. Everybody wants a Switch. I think it's really important for Nintendo to be like all of our bases are covered. These are all things that we're working on. Like I wouldn't say bases are covered, but like we want you to know that like we have plans for all of these characters.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think like it would be smart and it would be in line with everything else that they're doing to make Prime as similar to that first Prime as possible.
Yeah. Do we think that you're locking? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they're showing off the stuff.
So you like hold down
I don't
R.
remember you going up first.
It looks like you hold down R and then you can actually tilt in any direction.
Yeah.
I think it looks really good. Jones, do you
Yeah,
like
I mean,
this?
it looks.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
It looks better than Castlevania did for sure.
I mean, am I the only one who's like gonna say that the art style of another Metroid 2 remake was way better than this because it was 2D sprite work.
Yeah, that's
this
the main
game,
thing. I don't like the chunky 3D alias
elephant in the room.
models.
Every single Nintendo fan who cares, loves Metroid and knows about another Metroid 2 remake is gonna compare this to that fan's effort.
Yeah.
And if this isn't better, this game is gonna get sorry to say, shit on.
Yeah,
Did anyone?
It's gonna get shit on.
Yeah,
Did anyone
envy you.
play Castlevania? I believe the subtitle was Mirror of Fate.
Yes,
Wow, good job.
I
Good
did.
pull,
Yeah.
Ben.
I did, Ben. It's not
I-
great.
It's not very good.
Oh yeah, that crappy
Chad was
one.
talking
Right?
about
Yeah.
The
Super Mercury statement. That's
that
like,
gives
I was
me
like,
a
oh,
lot of
that's a
hesitation.
Castlevania. I was
That gives
like,
me a
yeah,
lot
nope.
of hesitation.
Well, we can only hope that Nintendo pays enough attention to this project to say, don't do that to our franchise.
Well, it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
We can-
what I've
Also,
actually
so
seen of the
time out.
gameplay doesn't look
Time out real
bad,
quick.
but
I know we saw the title because it's Metroid 2: Return of Samus. This is Samus Returns. I'm not listening anymore. Have they said anything?
they did say it was a remake. Yeah.
So it is a remake. Okay, just want to make sure before we start going down that path. And they're like, it's not a remake.
I really like the melee counter.
You have a melee counter.
That's like the coolest thing.
You melee counter, and then if you shoot immediately after it, it's a critical hit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously gonna reserve judgment until I play it and see it, but
Right.
I hope they know what they're inviting with this. Like,
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Direct
They better-
comparisons,
They better
absolutely.
be ready for that.
Yeah.
That's
Totally
all I'm
fair.
saying. Especially after Federation Force was their last Metroid game.
But though it looks like all you do is counter.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
can you just like spam that? Like,
Yeah.
I killed insta kill.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be harder enemies like the Zetas and Omegas will be.
You might only be able to do it if they're like coming at you like that. I don't
Right.
know.
We're getting missiles.
Yeah,
and
missile.
ammo.
It's cool. I think it looks cool. I think that was a cool announcement. And
Yeah.
I think it didn't belong in the 25-minute presentation, to be honest with you.
Dude, we're getting a 2D and a 3D Metroid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They totally should have had that in the presentation.
You think?
I thought
Yeah,
that
they
should have
should've.
led
They
into
should've.
the
I mean,
Metroid Prime
They should have put
4
them back to
teaser.
back.
I'm glad
Yep.
for Metroid. I'm glad for more Metroid. Like,
yeah, see, these cutscenes,
Mercury
I don't
Steam
like
is
the look
not
of it
the
all.
developer I would have gone with. Like, they could have reached out to any one of the ones we were talking about during the pre-show, and I probably would have way better reaction to it.
Like in the time it took to announce this, Reggie told us when the Splatoon championship would be.
Yeah.
You know, like.
They were so focused on the Switch,
if you
though.
cared about it, you would have known
Right.
already.
Or they
Like,
could have kicked the treehouse off with that.
I'm
Just
proud
like,
of Nintendo.
here's our schedule.
I'm proud of them for focusing only on the Switch.
I agree. I think it was
It
the right
wasn't
decision.
an easy call.
Yeah, this is
and
a 3DS game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
they have a very successful product out now that's got incredible momentum. They made a right call, I think, to just
And
focus on
When,
the Switch.
Honestly,
when
like-
he was introducing this, Reggie's basically said that he was like, for the press or for the direct, we wanted to focus on the Switch, but we did announce beforehand that we'd be having big announcements in the first hour of Treehouse, and here you go. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Ian, thanks for listening,
Did they
by
say
the way.
anything about this
In a
being
weird
playable
way,
at the show?
I think if you put the right now, if you put the Switch and then the 3DS back to back, it just makes the 3DS look worse. There's no
Sure.
reason to do that.
Could
Give
you
them
do
some
that before
separation.
Damiani
Give
that
them some
duck
space.
shot?
I'm sorry.
Because Samus like take a knee and shoot low.
Yeah,
the
there's
exact
some-
move
she's got
she
some
did,
cool
Little like
animations.
low tunnel there to kind of shoot into it, clear it before she went in.
the-
Like I don't know if
all
I've ever
these
seen her
moves
do
she's
that
doing
before.
were not in the
Right.
like
Yeah.
Metroid 2.
But
Oh,
like
yeah.
since in a side-scrolling Metroid, have you been able to do that?
like duck and shoot? I don't think so. You can do. You've always been
Can
able to
you do
stand
it
and
as-
shoot, and then you can do like aiming the cannon like straight or at an angle.
Yeah.
What about
But like that,
Zero
like
Suit
take a
Samus
knee,
in Zero
low
Mission?
shot.
I forget it. Oh yeah, she could duck
You
down.
can crawl.
Yeah.
I felt that was an informed analysis for someone who hasn't played Super
Nice,
Metroid. I'm just saying.
That's pretty
Informed
good.
analysis.
Jones. Pretty good.
Easy allies. Informed
Informed
analysis.
analysis.
Imagine your analysis if you played it.
I'm
Right?
waiting to see if they get to a part because
Gotta get that
original
primed up,
Metroid
right?
2.
Oh, they love
Playthrough Prime.
the little grip there.
Yeah, because in Metroid 2, that was in another remake actually.
Yeah.
They added that. Yeah.
But that was in
I believe Fusion added
Zero
that
Mission
to
as
the
well.
series.
Yeah,
Zero
it was.
Mission out of that.
I'm waiting to see if they get to the acid part, because that's the thing. The planet's filled with acid. You gotta lower the levels to go
She just
deeper.
showed that a little bit.
Okay.
She went in the acid and she's like, I can't go in here yet.
That's cool. It's a cool demo.
I want to play it. I want to play it.
See.
Oh yeah, I'll play it for
abilities?
sure. I'm in.
Curiosity is peaked.
Playing it today.
Yeah,
Must be
I'm
nice.
playing this today.
Yo.
I was.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
was on my
No,
mind
we already
too.
knew it was not going to be at E3.
Yeah.
They,
The virtual console,
They,
yeah.
they made before E3. They talked about their online plans. Like Kotaku had an article, Polygon had an article. They said it's not going to be ready till next year, and that there's going to be free. It's going to be. They announced the pricing of it. They said it's still going to be free. Their online plans, and they said within their online plans, the old system of getting a one game a month from a limited selection is different because they're doing a Netflix-like delivery system for only for now NES games. The NES library will be available for you to play. And when directly asked about, is that your virtual console service? Is that what's replacing?
So this is a limited
buying
ability
games?
you have
They
that
get-
it's called Aeon Pulse that lets
like a
you
scan.
see the
They
maps
basically
around
said
you.
we have no comment. We're not talking about this time. They go.
Okay.
They go. When will you be talking about virtual console? It goes. They said no E3. They said we will be talking about it later. In
So
the
I thought they
future.
confirmed that it wasn't a
I think
replacement for Virtual Console.
Yeah, I don't think that.
No, they
program
said
is.
they didn't say anything one way or the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just said no. We're not talking about it,
Yeah.
which is just leading to more speculation and confusion about the whole thing.
There might never be a virtual console. They actually never promised it for the Switch. How crazy is that?
Which is the dumbest thing.
That would be insane.
What,
I would buy
what they've
so
heard
much stuff.
is when you ask, well, we hear you, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
There's
We're
rumors
listening.
about the GameCube, games be available, nothing about that. It's just.
It's pretty crazy. They haven't even hinted that hey,
Yeah.
you'll be able to play your Super Nintendo.
It's
game
gonna
on
be
this
in a
thing. They
direct.
haven't
They're
even
gonna do a
hinted it.
virtual console, whatever it is, online direct at some point, and the information will all be in there.
Hey,
I
Ben.
do not expect it till next year.
We got some Xenoblade Chronicles 2 news for you.
Drop it.
Oh, one of the
Drop it.
characters is designed by Tetsuya Nomura. Just one of them.
Which
Just
one?
one.
Which one?
I gotta look it up again. No, I'm
It
not.
started with a T. It was
No,
like Torty
you know
or
who
something.
I thought it was? The silver haired guy with horns. I was
My
like,
man.
that guy looks like he's from
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
They
That's what I was
they
thinking.
credited him in the trailer.
Did
That's
they?
so funny.
Yeah,
I missed
at
it.
the bottom of the
Missed it.
credits it said it was
I
like
think it's-
Torty. I think it's like Torti or
We
something
need
like
to see that character.
No, I think it's the white haired character. That's where I'm putting my
I'm
money.
on board now.
We need that
Yeah,
research.
you are
I'm on board now.
no more.
The white haired character is designed by Tetsuya Nomura.
Sleuth it up. Sleuth it up. It's actually huge that game
I
is
don't get
available
links
this year.
in.
It's huge.
Oh yeah,
It's
So,
huge. Video
yeah.
games are saved.
So what was the thing? There was a GameStop rumor that said Mario was November and Xenoblade was February
Yeah.
of next year, and that was completely wrong.
Don't trust rumors unless they come from 4chan.
4chan's killing it.
Come on, Kyle. But October 27th for Mario.
Yeah.
Hubert, October.
October.
How's October looking this year?
Oh my
Hubert?
gosh! Mario comes out. And
October
then Evil
is the
Within.
month of dreams.
Yeah.
No,
It is
no,
the
Evil
month of
Within
dreams.
first.
Evil Within.
Yeah,
Evil
Within.
Oh,
Friday
you're
the
right.
13th.
Well, no,
maybe.
Wolfenstein is the same day.
Mario.
I got 13th.
Easy
because of
choice.
Hubert, there's no
I
way you
mean-
can delay that Friday the 13th release date. You got to stick to that, right?
know.
Halloween. Yeah.
There's no way you drop that type of a release
Well,
date.
Evil Within 2 is a game that I will beat in one sitting, no matter the length.
Here's what I envision. Okay, we're all on Slack. It's October 12th.
Yeah.
We need Huber for something. We need him to approve something. We go, Where's Huber? Where's Huber? 3 a.m. All caps. I'm not coming in.
Oh no, because it's Bethesda. He'll have to be playing it on the 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's when the
I'm not
review copy will
coming
come.
in.
Is that day?
Torna.
Torna.
Oh, you're doing a tournament night? That's cute. I'm playing Evil Within 2.
Torna apparently is his name. Torna.
Hey,
Okay,
if you
now
get-
we need an
Oh,
image of
character?
Torna.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. I can't.
Great.
Brad, anime brother,
Anime.
will you please, if there are any other details,
Oh,
drop
that
them.
let you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an Aeon Pulse.
Okay.
Ian's trying to sleuth some stuff up.
Slooped it up.
Slooped it up.
Are there any games from the presentation we didn't talk about? I think we kind of covered everything.
There weren't that many, actually. Are we forgetting any?
No, like Yoshi and Kirby, I think were some big announcements.
Well, Kirby we were talking about a lot. I mean, like
there was no Smash.
I know. Wait, has there been a co-op Kirby game? 4-player Kirby?
Did everybody forget about Smash?
Super Mario, Wolfenstein 2, and Assassin's Creed Origins all on the same day.
Easy choice.
Wow.
Pretend that's a hard choice.
Sure? Wait, Assassin's Evil Within what else?
October.
Mario.
Forza 7, Middle Earth, Evil Within 2, South Park, Assassin's Creed Origins, Wolfenstein 2, Super Mario Odyssey.
Stack it up.
Then immediately the week after October, Call of Duty. That's insanity. Insane.
This year.
So the only way to hurt that guy is the counter.
It's a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's Jenga.
Nice.
Jenga. Stack it up.
So some DNA.
But like you have to with the day Mario Odyssey comes out, that is all day.
Yeah.
You can't even. There's no other thoughts. There are no other thoughts that day.
We're doing a marathon full playthrough stream that launch day.
I hope the sun is shining bright the day that comes out. Just. Whew.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We didn't.
By the way, this is a great demo. I actually love that this is the way the game's introduced. We had a trailer, and then they're just playing through it.
Here's a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Charge beam.
And the person playing through this is good, too.
I think it is, too. It looks like it.
No, we didn't.
Pokemon, pal.
He was drawing a thing. He had his pencil out. He was working at that moment.
That was the most,
They just kind of strolled in that morning and they were like, hey, we heard you had an announcement. Is now a bad time for us to record this? No. I was just drawing some new Pokemon characters.
I almost think...
Set up the camera right over there and we'll do this.
I almost think that was created in the last week as a response to the reaction that they did not expect from the Pokemon Direct. I almost think that was it.
I think that was.
I would be
planned
surprised.
this way.
That was a garbage announcement, Blood. That was just say it's going to be over a year from now. I have nothing to show you.
It might be. Did he say it will or it might be up to over a year later?
I think he said it will be more than a year away.
But he said it was a new thing,
which just means next
new
fall.
Core Pokemon.
So
what if it's a weird? What if it's not a standard mainline entry Pokemon series?
Core.
What if it's a? They did.
They said it's a new Core.
They did. Because they followed that up with him I wonder what it will be, and that does not sound like Stars.
Oh, I think what it would be
it won't be
Stars. It won't be Sun or Moon or
it's
Stars was meant to be a third version.
It's the next Pokemon.
So it's
game.
gonna be the next main line.
Yeah.
Reports are saying for Metroid Prime 4 that it's internal Nintendo.
I mean, Retro's.
I don't have a source on that.
Not Retro. I've seen no source, just
not Retro
going around.
How concrete are the Stars?
Retro is internal
Jones,
Nintendo, though.
They were rock hard concrete until a week ago.
What if there's no stars? What if,
I think there's no stars.
What if there's this Ultra, the two Ultras?
Yeah.
They want to get that 3DS money beforehand, so they're going to release it on 3DS first.
Yeah.
And then maybe 6 months from now, they're like, oh, both of the Ultras coming to Switch.
Yeah. There's
and
no
it's
stars.
I buy it a third time.
It's crazy. It's crazy that every other Eurogamer rumor came true except for Stars. It's insane. But yeah, the game that he pitched is not Stars. He said the next core game, and Stars would not be that, Jones. It's going to be the next two versions of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Come out on Switch next year, next fall.
Uh-oh.
Screen capture, XSplit.
Oh, do you have the Nomura character for us?
I think.
Okay, here we go.
They're seeing it right now. I'll move it over.
Yeah, it was the one Ben was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, great call.
That's it. Just immediately. You immediately know that's a Nomura character.
Cheats you like that now. That's pretty cool.
Ben's got the eye.
Nice.
It's got the Nomura eye.
Come on.
100%.
Yeah.
Come on.
I did feel like that guy was totally out of place.
Hello, Nomura. So nice to see you. So generous.
So much better faces.
We
dude.
think it's
what
that
an upgrade. What an
upgrade.
It's fact. It is that.
Game delayed so Nomura can redesign all the characters.
It's like, I got this.
Man. Whoa. Oh, yeah, that's the boss.
Man.
This one guards.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is coming out
Same
this
boss.
year.
That's right, Ben.
Yeah.
And Mario.
Things are happening.
Everything
Mario.
is coming out.
And
guys.
Mario.
It's come out.
17.
Yeah.
The year of
Good
dreams.
Just
It's
keeps
gonna
on
be a
giving.
good
Yep.
year, but
No
you know what?
breaks.
Ooh, use the bomb.
We
That was
haven't
cool.
done something yet. Since that was the last one, was Pokemon. I know you're watching Treehouse and getting excited about Treehouse stuff, so remove the Treehouse stuff from the equation here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the showcase? We gotta give it a score.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta
Got it
grade
right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We gotta
I'm
give it a
ready.
grade. So, starting with Mr. Brandon Jones.
B-.
No.
Wait, what does that translate into? Score.
That is a
Out of 10.
7.9.
7.9. All right.
Why?
Kyle.
Why 7.9?
I needed to know more about Zelda. I thought I don't understand why we got the schedule from Reggie on like Venice Beach from like.
Oh god, the opening
like,
monologue.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about
like
that.
that was weird.
No
like
games,
him like really
just-
taking the time, being like the fun game Arms that I'm sure you're all enjoying. It's just
Yeah.
like 35 minutes in this really, and I like. It's like no offense to fans, but like that Yoshi pissed me off. Like that.
Poor Yoshi.
I don't
When we play the
understand
new
that.
Smash
Dude,
Brothers,
Jones
we gotta always
takes
be
his anger out on
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Get that silly putty.
Well, it was a new entry in a popular franchise that. What is that game? What's the hook at all? Like,
it's fair because it uses the same character model. It's like okay,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and there it
bonkers
is.
to like,
Yeah.
They're filmed
you know,
dead air.
Yeah.
And then I was
Wow.
like, oh, cool. There's kind of like a
you don't
cutout
go to the room
paper,
past
maybe
it.
like a cardboard kind of like aesthetic that like they didn't show the strengths of it all. It's like you can go inside
pissed me
buildings.
off.
Like I was
Jesus.
very underwhelmed with that announcement,
offended.
and not having some things that I wanted be in there, and that was in there, and just like, ugh.
I feel like yeah, Yoshi and Kirby to me are they're just there's not high like yeah, I don't feel like they're super ambitious games. They're just like here is more of kind of what you expect, and it's not to me. It's like it's not really exciting or disappointing. It's just like okay, this is another solid entry of kind of what I'm used to out of both of those series.
I can totally understand being underwhelmed by Yoshi. I completely understand that. What I don't understand is the thought process of this came at the expense of something else. I don't think that was necessarily the decision.
Right.
But for the presentation, we're rating the presentation. You know what I
This will
mean?
be
sure.
This will be the
I do
third
think
Yoshi
on its
game
own
that
it
we've
is
gotten since
disappointing.
Animal Crossing. So that's it's just the repeat of just like these old like going back.
It's hard for that announcement to have any impact.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many Kirby games since Animal Crossing though.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that.
Bomb jumps are hard. You got this.
But that's the thing.
You
It's
got
like
this.
it's just the
nice
that I don't I do not feel they showed the strengths of that game. I was waiting for like the hook. It's like we're gonna do this with Yoshi now.
What I'm
and
saying,
it just
what
seemed
I'm
like
saying
another
is,
Yoshi deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, like-
Being disappointed in Yoshi, I totally get. Because what is it really? You have seen it before. I'm with you. It's just not like you took my Animal Crossing away.
Right.
That's all where I'm coming from.
Any press conference with that Mario Odyssey trailer is a 10. However, any press conference with that Pokemon announcement is a 4. And so I'm really conflicted here, Damian.
Right.
It's an utter failure and a complete success. I'm happy with how short it was. I actually think 25 minutes was the right call. It's a 6.5. Reggie's monologue was insane. It was insane.
Okay.
Like, good job being brief. 25 minutes is great, but don't spend so much time having Reggie be a maniac with poetry.
Blood.
Yeah, it's tricky because it definitely had some highs and some fair lows. I think the Zelda DLC plus Skyrim is probably the lowest point for me.
Oh, that's a really bad trailer, yeah.
The like I said, Yoshi and Kirby, I'm kind of flat on. Like I expected more of those to come. They're from developers that basically just kind of do that. They just kind of make those, for lack of a better word, like the 7 games. You know, like the 7s that you expect to come out and fill in that lineup.
They put the game out and then they just go back to work the next day and start on the next one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we finished our Yoshi game and now I'm back to work the next day and here's my new Yoshi game. Here's my new Kirby game.
But I actually like that even though there was nothing really to say about Pokemon and Metroid, they're so heavily rumored that it's like, why not just say that they exist?
Yeah, I hear you there.
I think it's like, just like stop with all the craziness about is this actually in the works or not? And it's just like, no, we're working on it. We know you want it. It's gonna come. We're not ready to talk about it yet, but it's happening. So I think that makes sense. So overall, and Odyssey was just amazing. I did not see that like taking over other enemies and stuff.
And the
coming.
music the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Overall, in the middle, 7.7.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't want to go meme wise, so.
Sorry, I'm like joking myself. Are they gonna beat this game during the?
I know.
We're just gonna share the whole game today.
there's a lot of items that are getting really fast.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have to wonder if this is just for demo purposes.
They're speedrunning it.
But I don't want to see all the items in your demo right
Two
now.
things. There are a lot of items in the beginning of Metroid 2 you can get. They're very easily missable, though. So the fact they know what they're doing is making it look faster. Ben.
So it's hard because I think there were things that I was personally more interested in than maybe the rest of the panel. Like I really am super stoked about Fire Emblem Warriors, and I thought that trailer was terrible.
Yep.
It was awful. And they were just very basic, super simple things that they could have done to make it more interesting and more exciting, and justified its presence in this short show. It did not justify itself. And the Xenoblade trailer, the more that I think about it, I cannot wait to play that game. I don't think it was an amazing trailer.
No. It kind of made me a little bit worried in some ways.
Yeah. We talked about the voice acting. I actually wish there would have been more of the world. And the thing is, though, it coming out this year, I wasn't ready to believe it. And so that announcement alone corrects a lot of it for me. I do agree with Kyle. The Pokemon announcement felt out of place. I wish we could have learned more about the Zelda DLC. I wish we could have learned more about Metroid. And so, yeah, there were a lot of things where it just didn't feel like enough. Like, it was the right thing, but there could have been more of it. However, I need to say that, without question, watching Mario Odyssey, watching that trailer, is the happiest I've been. That whole sequence of any of the press conferences by a long shot.
Yeah.
Like, more than Beyond Good and Evil 2, more than Monster Hunter World. I was just delighted that game existed. That is, without question, my highest high of E3. Even more than Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, that game looks incredible. It is what I want Mario to be. It is what I want video games to be. And for that highest of highs, I have to give it an 8.
Nice.
I do agree. Like, I feel like the Pokemon announcement was the most out of place because at least with Metroid Prime 4, you got a logo, you knew it was Prime. We speculated, we had enough to start speculating on. Yeah, saying it's a core Pokemon game can let you start speculating it's on Switch. That was like, God, I'm with you. That was the worst.
Yeah.
Like, that is something I think they should don't even acknowledge. You're like, they have to acknowledge, they probably needed to acknowledge it because the rumors like, no.
Yeah.
Just say it, like, ignore it. And when when you have at least a logo to show off, do another Pokemon Direct or something, and like, or I don't know, do it at a different time. That was so out of place.
I don't know what it is, but there's just something that gets me so upset when you ever get the like, oh hi, and it's like, you're not, stop it. You're not. This is casual. We didn't just stroll up in your office, you know. It's like, at least Todd Howard, when he's like, hi, I'm at work. Like, we'll go to the conference room and be like, hi, I'm me and this camera guy came over here real quick to record this thing. And you're like, oh, okay, it's neat to be in the office, but you're clearly presenting it. But it's just kind of like, I'm drawing it right now. Like, yeah, it's just
you need to glance at the camera. Just need to tilt a little bit. What's that logo you're drawing? Yeah, there? So it's a little exclusive. I'm with everyone that it was short and concise. It had everything that was there is something I expected to be there. Even Pokemon and Metroid were things I was truly expecting. So, aside from Rocket League, which isn't too surprising, but is a good game for them, there was virtually the biggest surprise was probably this, which happened after.
All right.
Like, there were really no like the Metroid being Metroid Prime was probably the most like wow thing, and obviously this new stuff we saw in Odyssey. But in terms of game announcements, new stuff, unexpected. Like, very low for me on that. Like, did not have any of that really for me. It was business as usual, but like good stuff for that. For being so tight and concise, they spent way too much time with Reggie's monologue and reminding us when the Splatoon and all the arms thing, like, do that at the beginning of the treehouse.
They actually had all that stuff.
Yeah. Why do you waste time during that?
It's like, it's literally on the stage, like on the back of the stage. All the times. Like
Honestly, I think they want to look like esports. They want to look like they care about esports, and that's why they did that.
Yeah, then what are they doing with Smash Brothers?
It was like in the Switch trailer, it was esports. You know, like,
my only counter to that is always going to be like Smash Brothers.
Question,
Damiani.
Damiani.
Esport people are competing in. Treat it right. Yeah.
Really exciting new gameplay details that we learned from Odyssey. Did not see a lot of new worlds though. Like
Yeah,
the two
so
worlds
far.
that they demoed exclusively were the first two worlds we saw in the very first trailer.
Yeah.
And so
there were some other new.
do you think
ones
they're
in there.
reserving that stuff? Is that smart to do?
Yeah, I
s-
think so.
I don't
So,
think
like,
they should show.
don't spoil all that stuff right
Dino
away.
World and
Dino-
Ghost World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghost. Yeah.
And I think that's it, right?
That was enough.
I think we
of
might
it.
have seen Ghost World before.
We did not
No,
see
we have not seen Ghost
We
World
hadn't
before.
seen Ghost World or Dino
There was a world in the
before.
first trailer that had a black night sky to it and kind of
That
like
was
a moon
the
surface.
new Donk. It was just nighttime and stuff.
And they
in that
actually
one
showed the
scene.
desert at night too.
Yeah.
That might have been desert at night. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because he was cold. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they should show too many new worlds. Like 2 new ones is good. They might show more stuff during the treehouse. Obviously,
The T-Rex
Snowy
was
World,
bonkers.
Yeah, that was just like no one guessed
That
that.
was a
Like,
great
that was
reveal.
a great reveal. So yeah, like they wasted a little bit too much time. Not a lot of surprises in terms of new games announcements. I feel the same way about Yoshi and Kirby. Cool that they're coming, but they're not moving the needle for me on that. It was basically for me. It was like Xenoblade, okayish trailer. I want to see it in action more. So cool, and they got like positive that the date is this year. Odyssey was a huge positive. Getting Rocket League is a huge positive, but otherwise, and yeah, Metroid's coming. Otherwise, I you know what? I have to put it behind probably what I give Sony. I give Sony a 7.5.
Yes. And Microsoft, those both have 7.5.
So we're gonna have to do some little changing here. 7.5 still for Sony. Nintendo is getting a 7, and then I'll give Microsoft a 6.9.
Too rude. Too rude, Damiani. Too rude, dude.
No, I'll give Microsoft 7.
Sliding scale.
Microsoft tied with Nintendo.
No
Microsoft's
Yoshi
gonna
yet
get a
or other
7.
characters in Odyssey as well, right? We haven't seen anybody else show up. That Yoshi T-Rex, like that must have been tempting.
Yeah, I actually think I never scored Ubisoft, but they were the best conference. Not I've seen them all. For me, Ubisoft was the best.
I agree with you. on that.
Ubisoft best.
I need to
Sony
watch that
second
conference.
best.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. What about you guys over there? What do you guys for scores?
May I?
Yeah.
I have to. I actually kind of, with a purpose, have to go with the old Damiani meme of 7.8.
With a purpose.
There are a lot of good things that make it a 10. You guys are right, but it was so inconsistent. They did such a great job with controlling the way that you experience your first look at a lot of different things within Mario Odyssey. Like, they did such a great job of showing us that game and all the crazy new things, little things that make you excited, even if it's in the same map you've already seen before. But then you have, like, where we can tell you with a logo that we're going to be working on Metroid 4, but we can't tell you with a logo that we're going to be working on Smash Brothers. Okay. They know that we want that. But then they also save some announcements for the Treehouse, even though they know that E3 is the busiest time of the year for everyone. Anybody reporting on games. Anybody that wants to watch and learn about new games. Your time is not spent 100% of the time on a 2-day stream from Nintendo. You have to get that stuff out there when people are looking at you. So that's a big mistake. I know they wanted to focus on the Switch, and I understand that decision, but this is kind of the cost. Where, like, if they have more announcements after Metroid, people are going to care far less about them. So that's a big mistake in my eyes. And that kind of bothers me, because all of these games are really great. I'd actually really, I think a lot more people are more interested in this game than they would be the Yoshi game that they took too long showing you how chill it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wasted, like, a lot of time of the shortness, like, they spent a lot of time getting us ready for how short it was going to be. Actually, they didn't spend any time. We just spent time talking about it. But the internet couldn't stop talking about how it was 30 minutes, then it was 25, then it was 23. And people pay so much attention to those 23 minutes, and they didn't use them wisely enough. That's what bugs me a lot. I love pretty much everything we saw, but they could have done so much better for some of the games in there. They could have done a way better job just presenting Yoshi, to be honest with you.
You want to know kind of one of my thoughts on the no Smash? It's a weird idea, but I feel like since they've already got Pokken, I kind of think they don't want people to see them as just porting a bunch of Wii U games.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they want to do more than one DX
at a time.
Sure.
Mm.
So
They
Mario
waited
Kart
till
DX
Mario
is
Kart's
out, and then
okay.
Pokken, and then
So
Well,
that makes a lot of sense.
Spring of next year or something.
Wait,
maybe?
what was Nebler's score?
Oh.
7.8.
7.8.
7.8.
Secretly,
Yeah,
it was actually very good.
With a purpose.
So the thing is like some of the best stuff about the Switch they didn't really focus on. Like the Switch is going to have such a great year.
With the
such
Zero
a great
Suit.
year. Yep. But like Skyrim showing up for the third time in a press conference.
Everybody loves Skyrim.
Until 6 comes out.
Apparently.
You could have left that in the montage with a couple of other things that didn't get mentioned.
Skyrim's the best RPG of all time, so.
Okay.
Stop. Another thing that Blair reminded me of is that...
Didn't it win? Didn't it win a Game Informer, right?
We don't have to talk about that.
No, it was Witcher 3. I'm sorry, Witcher 3 won.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't...
No.
Skyrim won somewhere else.
I think Skyrim won Game Informers.
No way.
And then...
Yeah.
IGN.
I don't remember.
Chat, can you confirm? Please confirm, chat.
Chrono Trigger was IGN.
But no,
Chrono Trigger was IGN.
What Blair reminded me of, though, is like, even though the Metroid announcement was just the logo, like, that was a pretty good reveal. If you're
Totally. No.
Like, let people figure it out and then slowly pull it in.
We all understand, even the fans understand that they're busy, but they wanted to say, yes, we're doing it. Yes, there's nothing to show but a logo, but we want you to know because we're excited to make it. That came from the dramatic reveal, and I felt that. But why not do that for a couple of things? They've done multiple reveals like that in the past in one thing, in one press conference, or what do they call these now?
Spotlight. I actually like the phrase spotlight, too.
Yeah.
I like it.
They could have done that for a couple of things and spaced them out and just get some more stuff in there and say, we are working on it. It is coming. It's better than not saying anything at all, right? We feel better about knowing that Metroid Prime is coming, even though it's not for another year, probably delayed to 2. That's okay if you take your time, do it right, make the game. It's fine. We'll be a little hurt, maybe. Some people will be mad, but we're happy we're getting it. We're happy that we know and we can look forward to it.
Because I know I'm being a pessimist, but when you do that and you like announce something like we'll have way more info soon than anything else I want Nintendo to do, I can't help but think it's happening after Prime 4. They're like, all right, I literally am just going to put all of my goals and dreams and wishes just back on the shelf because they didn't announce that.
Animal Crossing will be before Prime 4.
Yeah.
We'll get Animal Crossing first.
I doubt it. There's no little synapses in my brain that are firing on that.
I think Animal Crossing is a game that won't have a long period between announcement and release.
My love for you, Jones, has risen because of your frustration surrounding Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, where is it? What is this? Where is Animal Crossing? Get out of it. Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Well, you don't have to hear me say it again, Ben.
I also think that the mobile game, there's a very good chance
the hope is gone.
I want more of it.
The dream is dead.
That was not a joke. I really like it.
I think with the mobile game, there's a very good chance we'll get a full Animal Crossing Direct.
Yeah, we will. Definitely will.
Okay, well, it's back.
Do we have confirmation on the best RPG of all time?
It was Game Informer, Skyrim, IGN, Chrono Trigger.
Okay, Game Informer with Skyrim.
Yeah.
What about you, Huber?
Best RPG of all time. Of course it would be in 3 press conferences.
I didn't have audio, so I can't
Motion controls, even better.
I can't fully comment on this conference because I didn't have audio, but the games I saw, I mean, Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Yoshi, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's like, when is it enough? That was enough for me. And they hinted, all I wanted them to do is just say, hey, Metroid Prime 4 exists. Metroid exists. Then, of course, they showed this after, so it's like a 2D Metroid and a 3D Metroid. Just acknowledgement, you know? It's what I want as like a Half-Life fan. Just tell me you're not making Half-Life, or tell me you are. Like Nintendo coming out and saying, "Yo, we're making Metroid," and one of them is close to release.
Hubert.
So I gotta give this like a 8.4.
Nice, Huber.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Well
Hubert,
justified.
You wouldn't know this,
do me
but
a favor?
they had like baby crying noises throughout the entire conference. It was really weird.
Yeah, I didn't have audio, so
I don't know why they did that.
The
audio
might
have docked it a little.
And Skyrim immediately docked it as well. So
Hubert, after we go offline, we're gonna watch that trailer again, volume blasted for Odyssey. You need to hear that song.
I know. The music every time in the Odyssey trailers.
Can you do me a favor? If and when you encounter Gabe Newell, can you walk up to him and can you say the words "Make me exist"?
Yeah. Acknowledge me. Yeah. Just tell me you are or you are not.
Bradley Ellis.
Nice.
No audio also on this press conference.
Ouch.
Saw a lot of games I was interested in. A lot of good games. Sorry, I didn't care about Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't like those games. I missed all the weird Reggie monologues, which I wanted to hear. They sound really funny. Some really good stuff. Super excited about what's to come on Switch. I know Animal Crossing does hurt Jones. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking down on poor Yoshi. He's just doing his best. I'm gonna give it like a 7.2.
Yoshi's just
like literally every Nintendo announcement from now on. I'm just, what the hell is this?
Oh, they say the Mario Odyssey amiibos will be sold separately or as a 3-pack.
I rented a part.
Love that. Nice. Like a third Zelda DLC.
What? What? Yeah.
Ian.
KK Slide.
These are some Metroid amiibo?
Yeah, I mean...
really?
Wait.
No,
No.
they're just figurines. Oh, they are? Those are amiibo.
Yeah.
Sell it.
That's a nice one.
When can
Ooh,
I...
it's squishy.
Oh,
It's
it is
squishy
really cool.
gross.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yes.
Squeeze it.
Oh, that looks.
Oh, it's
fantastic.
bursting out of the tank.
Do you see what
That's
she
cool.
like? She's doing like TV sell on TV though. Like they're
Yeah, she is.
Pro.
this is just merchandise. Sorry, Ian.
Yeah, whatever, like
That's the
7.9.
pose from
That's a good
Metroid
Samus
2.
pose.
It's Metroid 2 box art.
Looks
Yeah,
good.
that's
pretty
really
hot.
cool.
That's pretty hot.
Why 7.9? That's pretty high for Ian.
7.9.
I mean, that's lower than everything else I've given.
Oh, this is the worst one.
No, it wasn't the worst. I mean, Bethesda was the worst one, and I think I gave I gave Sony a 7.8. So I'll give this. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't decide if I think this is better than Sony or not. I think, for me, I think it goes Ubisoft, Microsoft, and then this, or this and then Microsoft. I mean, like, I'm super excited for Metroid Prime 4, but that was the least hype announcement you could have possibly done for Metroid Prime 4. Like, sure, it exists, great.
He could have been sitting at a desk.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I'm drawing Metroid Prime 4
That's
right
true.
now.
That's true. But
Hey,
I
you
like.
can see there.
I didn't
Yeah.
doubt that it was gonna happen eventually. So like, confirmation should also have some kind of information. Yeah. I mean, whatever. It looks cool. Mario looks amazing. I'm gonna buy the hell out of that.
I want to say though, I gave it a pretty bad score. It was my favorite. I had the most fun during this than any of the other press conferences.
Kyle Bussman.
By the way, Nintendo just sent out their press release. I just read through it, so it doesn't look like there are going to be any more announcements during Treehouse. I don't think.
That was it. That was the big one.
I do have.
I mean,
I
this has
do
been on
have.
for an hour about.
Yeah.
I've got new trailers for Yakuza Kiwami and 6, and a Switch trailer for Sonic Forces.
Before we dig into that, I just have to say to wrap up the Metroid thing.
Go.
Game Informer is actually now reporting that Nintendo is being developed by, quote, a talented new development team.
Metroid 4 is?
Yeah.
Prime 4?
Prime 4 is.
I think that is a pretty sleek box art.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
Look at
That
that.
is-
And it
Nice
comes with
CD.
Yeah, comes with the soundtrack.
We actually probably need to wrap up because
Yeah.
it's almost.
Yeah, we
we're
gotta-
like an hour and
okay.
12.
We gotta
Yeah,
go
we
to
can't dig
Ash.
into anything else because
Alright.
we got to get ready to get.
We'll
go
save
to the
those
actual
Yakuza
show
trailers
floor.
for
We'll
tonight.
save it for
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I
Save it
can
tonight.
roll them in after
night.
whatever.
Cool.
Kyle, who are we?
I have no idea.
We're Easy Allies.
I hate you, Kyle.
You can find us at easyallies.com. You can find us on Twitter, on Facebook. Easyallies.com has our schedule. We're going to be back tonight and Wednesday night and Thursday night doing post-show analysis, which, like, I love the reactions, you know, the speculation before the press conference, the reactions during, obviously, and the analysis afterward. But I love those after day because it's like I kind of know what people are gonna say. Like, I'm curious what like Ian's gonna score, and like I'm curious what like you thought about like one specific game. But you show up after the E3 day, and like I have no idea like what the heck you're gonna talk about, what you saw at that demo, like what out of all the things you saw stood out in that day. So I'm really excited about that. So we'll be doing that kicking off at 8 p.m.
Easy Allies
Pacific time.
podcast live tonight as well.
Easy Allies podcast live. Friend code tomorrow night. Frame Trap Thursday night. Gonna score some trailers Thursday night.
Yes.
That is most likely when I will see you again live. Yeah, twitch.tv/Easy Allies. We're gonna be doing E3 all week. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to our mods for regulating all of the madness during E3.
I have one question. Matt Blair, where are you going, dude?
Where am I going?
Yeah. Are we allowed to say?
Yes. I'm leaving Los Angeles.
Oh.
Actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Sad times. I know. I was super happy to actually come back, and I appreciate you guys allowing me to jump in here and squeeze in. And
Yeah.
spew out
Thanks for showing up, dude.
some opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
This was actually a lot of fun. It was good to see everybody again. Great to bring you back your Master Sword Damiani. We didn't actually get to show it because it's been blocked the entire time.
It's right
brought
there.
it back?
Oh, it's blocked on the camera. I think.
That's funny.
We've got it showing now.
There we go.
That's hilarious that we've had it.
That's been a long time
the whole
coming.
Complete.
Several office moves later and stuff like that, but I'm glad I could finally get it back to you, buddy.
Excellent.
But yeah, moving across the country and looking for greener pastures, and more news will come on that later on. Actually, as a result of this, I think pretty much everybody might be hearing from me a little more often.
Oh.
Not to be too cryptic.
Metroid Prime 4 over here.
Might be
Talented new developer.
Please be excited.
Talented new developer. Yeah.
More later.
Cool. And I just want to say, having not had as much presence as I would have liked and have done in the past for our press conference coverage here at Easy Allies for E3, I just want to say thank you to all of you for doing an amazing job. It was really fun watching before and after these press conferences, like being in line, like waiting to get in somewhere, and just like having all of you together, being able to jump in a chat and watch this this live with all of you. It was fun being in the audience. So thank you all of you for steering the ship. The coverage was excellent.
And then have we thanked the patrons yet?
Thank you, patrons.
I mean, we wouldn't be doing this without
we've got a ton of support. Obviously, we're getting
we
lots
wouldn't
of
be doing trailer score. If
lots
it
of great
weren't for
stuff.
the patrons,
This is
but
true.
yeah.
Our patronage is going up. I think it deserves mention. A ton of new subscribers on Twitch.
YouTube subscribers have gone
right?
up a lot the past week as well.
We make the decision, not necessarily to address chat because there's just so much information flying around during these press conferences. But to any subs that happened today or previously during E3, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you for finding us Easy Allies and for supporting us financially. We are crowdfunded, so that all of that goes towards a good cause, which is to keep this thing going, to keep the party going. And it is a party. It has been a lot of fun.
We're just getting started.
We're just getting started. We haven't actually been
I'll
to
say,
E3
yeah.
yet. I mean, look at this. I mean, like running up and down those street corners. I don't know if it'll play a Nintendo game, but like I'm more excited to just go into that booth
All those
than actually
people
play
already
any of those
playing.
games.
The show's not even open. All those people are playing Mario already.
Oh yeah. The line is
That line-
5 hours long.
There are
GameSpot's right next door. They just all came
There
over.
are
to play Mario.
60 stations right there.
Yeah, there's no way.
Half
dude.
the amount of Zelda ones.
I'm
from
not
last
playing
year.
that game today. Actually, I really
Good
don't
luck.
think it's going to be happening.
Good luck.
But what I consider the mark, an early indicator of a successful demo at E3 is if you can look at multiple monitors and see many different things happening.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I mean, you can just see it right there,
a lot
like
of
just
red.
the color palette. People are going to different worlds and checking out different stuff, experimenting, and
Get those
yeah,
wins.
tons of fun. Anything else before we wrap up?
When are we
some
going to be
people-
back?
Some
8 p.m.
people
man.
were wondering what time the podcast is starting. Do we know?
We don't know.
No.
It won't be immediately. It won't be at 8 p.m. We'll
Right.
probably take a little charge up time, but I
Yeah.
think pretty soon after.
So like 9ish maybe or 10.
I think even before 9.
Oh, okay.
Pacific.
Okay.
It's like, yeah.
But we will go live at
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time.
Well,
Look
right
at
here.
easyallies.com. You can see our schedule in your own time zone.
Yeah.
Great.
So the idea is warm up, then podcast, then gameplay impressions.
Yep.
I'm going to go play Yoshi.
Yeah!
That's what I'm doing.
There's so much
I see-
Mario. I'm
there's
curious what other
spitefully
games.
enjoy
that's-
Yoshi.
Metroid's
Yoshi's
pushing
the bigger
back.
game of the show.
I want you to hype Yoshi
Metroid,
to
Mario, and then there's some Switch game
I'll play
on
with you
the
in
right.
co-op.
over
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna be a good time.
So,
You can flip the level.
So much so.
I love everybody in this room. I love everybody watching from home. Thank you so much for supporting us at Easy Allies, and we hope you have a wonderful E3. We're gonna go check it out. We'll see you all soon.